Woohoo! Hello, everyone! How are you all doing? Happy Wednesday! It is time for some Star Rail! The plan today is a little different. So Monday, Monday we had planned to do the new event, the Tales of Fantastic, but instead I did some really bad math and instead wasted like 12 Trailblaze fuel farming resources for Blade. So today we're gonna do the dailies. We aren't gonna worry too much about getting to Trailblazer 65. That should happen naturally by Monday. So Monday's stream we should be able to do the higher difficulty and secure more relics. And instead today we will do our dailies. Probably one simulated universe run just because we need to finish it up. We didn't get them all. And then we need to do the event. So hopefully we should be in the event by the first hour of the stream. That would be optimal. I don't think the event should take too long. I think Tales of Fantastic, this might be the one that in the trailer we were following, or we were playing as a Psycrane, which super hype, love those guys, except for that weird one, Lust. I don't know, he was a weird Psycrane. But yeah, so I say let's just jump straight into it. Let's not delay, not take too much time. And oh yes, almost forgot, BB and End from Twitch channel End of Belief, thank you both for the follows. They were who we raided yesterday. I stuck around over there a bit and played some more Unite with them for a tad. They're both really cool, really chill. Once again, highly recommend checking them out. It's like I'm verbally rating them again. But yeah. All right, so let's head in. So I think right now I've just been farming for trace materials because Blade's like little, honestly I think he's the first character that I feel like I might get to 80 because all of his traces are super important. Like the last one is an 8% max HP increase, which is almost a main stat on like a piece of gear. So yeah, 156. Take a look real quick. What do we have? Gotta send out assignments. I noticed I'm running low on the roots, so I think I'm gonna go and send out roots again. It's been a while. Here you go, Clara, go and get me some roots. Genuinely, I gotta say, from when I first started, I was neglecting these XP materials. I'm so grateful that Hidden. Sorry, Hidden. I need to call you Hero again. That Hidden told me to start doing these, or like suggested it mildly because of how few credits we'd have, because it's like the only thing keeping me up there. Also, I'm remembering to claim my Twitch drops this time. So hopefully I should be getting a bunch of rewards from that. Because last time I just didn't claim them, and because they're locked until you claim the next one, it's just like eh. Also, if you have Twitch Prime, first of all, oh, that's a Twitter post. I copied a Twitter post. Hold on. There is a Twitch Prime code. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's like single use, unfortunately, so like you guys won't be able to use my code. But if you do have Twitch Prime, feel free to go to your Prime Gaming rewards and scroll down for Twitch Prime Gaming Bundle 4 on Honkai Star Rail, and you will get a code like this one, which pretty sure it's single use, so I'm not worried about like showing it too much. For 60 Jade and 8 more Traveler's Guide purple books. And also these, which, you know, I mean, I'm never going to use them, but they're neat. But yeah, also if you have Twitch Prime, you can sub, get access to all my new 3 emotes that I have set up, these things. But I know you can also just redeem them with points. I actually don't know how much it is. I think it's like Yeah, it's like 350 or so per 320. Yeah. So your call. But yeah, so that's cool. What do we do? I guess we just go in and we go and start slapping him around with ooh. Is this someone's blade who's actually built? This is worse than mine. He does have the signature light cone though. Oh, I'm not seeing the Underworld Doctor. There he is. I really wish I had Bronya sometimes. Early on, I kind of like just neglected it. Like I'm like, oh, it's just Bronya. It's not a big deal. But the amount of damage that I would be dealing if I had Bronya as well, it's just so high.
I can take it. Don't mess with me.
All right. I should probably just auto battle this and chill. I can't imagine it would be too long.
Time for a fun.
But yeah, so I'm interested to see what the event is, because
Who's next?
if it is like a
Disappear among the
super
sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
like high reward event for doing not much, that would be really good. If it's another museum event filled with a bunch of lore, I also wouldn't mind, but I would prefer to not have to do like a 20-year story quest. But that's just you know. Minty, hello! Poyo to you too. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm using the Underworld Doctor's Scylla, who, you know, could have just got an attack reset, but chose not to.
Who's next?
Auto battle's fun.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
If it hits the 1 HP one, I'll be
Illusions of the
sad.
past.
No, it didn't, at least. Oh, I guess Luocha killed the 1 HP one. EP? I feel that. I mean, I woke up at a reasonable time. Gotta say, once again, Pokemon Sleep is killing it. It's really making it so that I'm able to stick to my sleep schedule and whatnot, and actually, like, perform at an adequate amount. But today we were at a little avocados for the avocado toast, so I ended up just having some peanut butter bread, or peanut butter toast.
This is double speed.
It's not as good as it could have been. Realistically, I probably should have made some eggs and just had some like eggs and toast.
Disappear among the sea of
But
butterflies.
yeah, no.
Illusions
Birds
of
and
the
eating
past.
eggs. I don't know how it goes. I enjoy eggs,
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
which is weird
Illusions
for
of
an
the
owl
past.
to say, probably, but I mean, like, sleep owl.
I can take it.
Hello, dragon. Yeah. I be Ethan. Getting the rest I need.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
We're just watching
Illusions of
the
past.
auto battle as Hidden's Scylla just massacres everything.
Time for a fun.
As you can see,
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
as you can see,
Illusions of the past.
that was a really bad joke. I apologize for that. Make sure I do this.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Just editing some stuff in OBS so I can like see everything. Open my eyes.
Double speed.
We only have, I think, 160 of our energy because I used some before I got off last night. Yeah, so now we're at 90. Oh, is that enough? Hold on. Before we go slam that again. Is that enough to level this? Probably not. No, let's not exchange our embers for that. Although, I have to say, I feel like as a free-to-play, even though exchanging embers for that does feel like it's a ripoff. Like, what else am I gonna use them on, right? I use them on the monthly things, but assuming that I'm going all the way and making it so like I have, we'll use Jingyu on this time, that I'm able to purchase it because I have enough saved up. It's like I'm just gonna have excess because assuming that I'm using all of them, I should just always have some available. I don't know. It's debatable. Oh, let's go. I lie, let's not go because Jingyuan didn't use the silly little attack. I need to come up with a different team for Blade because I don't think that Yukong does like almost anything for him. The extra crit damage is fine, but it's just... There were no skill points? Yeah, unfortunately.
This is double speed.
Hopefully he uses his skill here, or his ultimate, and gets the buff. Yeah. One shot him. No, it wasn't enough. Dang it, now all 10 hits are gonna be wasted on this. First skill point management. Here. 19,000 on one hit. Yeah, that's really nice. Oh. Get the sad off. We are not sad. We are joyful, boisterous, if you will. Conflict. The dead return. It really does get so hot in here so fast. One moment. I'm gonna... While I have the chance, I'm gonna... Oh, good call. A big sippy will help. Let me real quick shimmy over here. I'm gonna go and...
From the boat. Time for a run. To the clock.
Show no mercy.
Okay, hello, I'm back. I needed to go and open like up the door to my room in the tree because it was... I think that letting the air circulate a bit will help make it not like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Also, I turned the fan to high, so hopefully you shouldn't be able to hear it because it's not like one of those like square fans that goes brrr. But hopefully it will provide enough to keep me not overheating and getting exhausted. Oh, come on. That's 3 more. I think I'm 1 short, so I'm gonna real quick just run the last 30 I have here. Here, Bladey can do it. So once again, I'm gonna show off a little bit about why my blade is not strong enough. It really sums up that he needs more HP on his artifacts.
Stay the course. To the clock.
Also, that like 80% attack boost does nothing when he does this. Let's do this. Also, I want to know, like, I want them to drop a light cone that increases aggro for destruction characters. Like, that would be so nice.
The spirit never dies.
Like, so many destruction characters want to take a damage.
A blade knows no mercy.
You took the bait.
But he just...
I'll see you
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, now Luocha's targeted again.
Receive divinity.
And like, sure, Luocha does a lot, but
As easy as that. To the clouds.
if Blade was getting hit, they'd be dead already. So this is how I feel with Clara too. Except Blade is even worse than Clara because Blade doesn't benefit from shields. He can't proc his thing because he's not technically losing HP. It's the same reason that Ice Flying Sword Boy is so good with shields, because even if he's hit, as long as he doesn't take HP damage,
Paid me.
it doesn't damage his health, so he doesn't lose his passive, which is why Japard is so strong with him.
Stay the course.
You took the bait.
Your end approaches.
All right, I need. Well,
That paradise may be unreached. Savor it for me.
yeah, 15,000 damage is 15,000 damage. Can't really complain with that amount.
Time for a plug.
To the clouds. The wind is rising.
Let's hit this one because he's gonna be pretty weak.
You chose the wrong.
Fantastic. Now, if only Blade was able to
The dead return.
take damage, but no, they aren't locking onto him, so.
Time for a plug.
At least he has wind weakness now.
Spirit never dies.
You impede me. Failed to send you.
Yeah, the 11,000, it's not like little by any means.
That paradise may savor it for me.
Oh, he's locked on.
Receive
Let's
divinity.
go.
Unnecessary.
Best case scenario.
More enemies. Time for a plug.
As easy as that.
All right, one of these.
The fight is set.
Enhance autos. Count. Wow. 24th. I think that's the highest I've ever seen him hit for.
I'll see you off.
Can I have fun this time?
Unnecessary. Failed to send you.
Oh
Stay
man.
the course.
Or they need, yeah, they need to like drop a destruction taunt light cone. That would be awesome.
That paradise, savor it for me.
Cause yeah, he's able to do so much damage now.
Spirit never.
A blade knows no mercy. Unnecessary. Repay.
Can I have fun?
As easy as that.
Blah blah blah. Thermal barrier.
I will dispatch you.
All right. That was awesome. That was actually a good amount of drops. Okay. So, oh hey, I did a lot of these. Awesome. I'll synthesize a consumable. Give me some. Can I make some nasty rice? Yeah, let me make a yucky fried rice. Okay, perfect. I've already completed all of that. Level 19, give me some of that. And I don't know. How many credits is that? 29,000? Sure. I need to get him to 80 so we can get the final bonus. Let's go. I actually got a drop. It's actually telling me in chat this time. It's not gonna like lie to me and not give me my drops. All right, 3 more of these. Here we go. A 5.3% crit rate boost. Now I just need to get him to 80 so I can get to 8% HP. But 5.3% crit rate is so nice. Now he's at a flat 28. He needs more crit damage, but you know, that's just like what we're dealing with. This is fine. He gets 12% crit rate when he gets a kill, so that supplements it. And he's got the artifact set, which is an extra 10% crit damage from the broken keel and an extra 16% crit rate from Disciple. So with all that combined, 16 plus that, yeah, he's over 50%, which is perfect. Like, you don't need much more than 50%, like for normal situations.
Let's wait and see.
All right. So Twitch drops, gimme, and I think I have enough for this. Yep. All right. Now, let's get to the event. I gotta do. Although I do want to do another Herda, I think we can wind down with Herda. There's also the new Forgotten Hall I gotta do, but I'm just putting that off. No, it's not here. Hold on, where is it? This one. Chapter 1. Oh, this is gonna be a long event. All right. Buckle in. We have a long event, it looks like.
It's hard.
Hopefully they speak so I don't have to read it all, but you know, if I do, I do.
Storytelling is such an outdated art form.
Oh, I thought I'd talked to him before. Then again, though, there's still time for story sessions. If you like to sip some tea and listen to a few tunes, it wouldn't be a complete waste of time, would it? I was about to order some tea. Then you come to the right place. The Sleepless Earl is the premier tea spot aboard the Xianshou Lofu. The Lawfu. Don't let the innkeeper's young age fool you. Her research on how to simmer tea leaves is unrivaled. If you wouldn't mind my humble opinion, order a pot of Hunter Malfeng tea. Satisfaction guaranteed. Some guests are tea aficionados and often pontificate about all kinds of expert tea lore at the Sleepless Earl. I'm not a smart man, but I have memorized some facts and I can show them off. Would you be interested? After you're looking for me. Ah, would you look at this brain of mine, lost in my storytelling world again. How could I just forget about that? Which reminds me, I have a favor to ask you. There's been a lot going on aboard the Xianshou recently, with the Ambrosial Arbor's new growth and those disciples of Sanctus Medicus causing a ruckus. And all the news feeds report you've played no small part, Noctua, in keeping the peace. But there's no literature out there on the market right now really capitalizing on this. I'm just thinking, why not go get ahead of the curve and make a bit of a killing in the box office, And so, I humbly invite you to tell me of your heroic exploits. I'll definitely spin out a brilliant story if I could just get my hands on the first-hand account of yours. Ooh, you want a recap of what happened? Wonderful, if you could be so kind. Mr. Xinyan takes out his phone and prepares to record your tales. I thought they were called Jade Abacuses here. Unless that's two separate things and I'm getting them mixed up. In a world where memes and... I'm sorry, what?
Storytelling is such an
He's leading it off with in a world where memes and cringe collide. One trailblazer must rise to the challenge. It all started with this cute girl known as Little Miss March, and then some old wise man called Grandpa Yang. You rattle off your journey so far aboard the Lawfu in a deep dramatic voice, adopting the style of the hit web drama 3-Minute Butterfly Immersia. From your arrival on the Xianshou to your bloody battle with Fantalia, you do your best to cover all the ups and downs and twists and turns of your story, but Mr. Xinyan's attention span seems to be waning. He even turned his phone sideways during the Battle of Evermist Mansion, no doubt to sneak in a couple hands of Celestial Jade. How dare he! This man who called himself Galactic Baseballer was locked in a heated battle against the Master Primus of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. And for the Xianshou, this was a battle for life and death. Evildoers meet Thy Maker. I'm reenacting the battle. In a land where memes and cringe combine. What a self-aware game.
Spirit never dies.
No, don't core her. No. Whatever.
Your end approaches. That paradise may be unreached. Savor it for me.
He really does deal a lot of damage. I can't fault him for that.
Nothing major.
Stay the course.
Oh no, not Joppa.
Gale force.
I love that Dots proc his
Can I have fun this time?
stacks.
This combat needs. This is double speed.
Eternal sleep.
In theory, if you're up against a heavy dot team, it sounds like you would just like start countering non-stop. I'll just shoot.
Good as new.
Repay.
All right.
Time for a
Wind,
buzz.
please. Aw.
Failed to set you.
The wind is right.
The wind is rising.
I'll see you off. Eternal sleep.
I think I want to put him next to Luocha. Because Luocha has been being hit a lot. So if I can make it so that
Time for a buzz.
Luocha is able to
That paradise may be savor it for me.
like take AoE damage at the same time as him, I think that would be better. You finished telling your story and Mr. Zinyan looks pretty pleased too. This old fox has apparently played a winning hand. And don't gamble while I'm talking. Good game. I mean, good story. You were done there with the story, right? Don't look at me like that. I've been listening attentively the whole time. Your story, however, has some issues. Even though the plot is not that boring, it's written in a way that's overstretched, underwhelming, and predictable. I can see where it's going from a mile away. Whatever, just pay me the money for my story and we could still be on friendly terms. But that's how it happened. It's a true story. Let me tell you the truth. Hard as it is to hear. Who cares about the truth? If you want the truth, just go and watch the news instead. And hearing you talk about combat, how should I put it? It's really stale. You hit me and then I hit you. It's a bit monotonous. I feel like they're going and taking all the criticism that people had about the game being turn-based, even though like that's exactly what the game was marketed as. I feel like this is a dig at the people who played the game and then complained that it was turn-based, despite them marketing it as that. You know about the immersive genre here we have on the Xian Chao, right? Or perhaps it should be called an interactive fantasy experience, despite what the IPC thinks. Well, those fights are exhilarating, leaping onto roofs and over walls, splitting open time and space, anything goes. Overall, I think the story is lacking a few exciting elements that we need to draw in our audience. But its commercial potential is unlimited. What should I do? Please hold on for a second. I'm just fetching something for you. This thing is what we in the industry call a protagonist model. Legend has it that some immersion troupe has invented this magical tool for industrial scale screenwriting. And even though Akivili takes on thousands of different forms within thousands of different nameless, you may have heard that actually there's only a dozen or so archetypal protagonists recycled through these classic legends and tales. This shows that there are rules to follow when telling an alluring story. And that I hate the guy over here, like off to the right, that's just speaking over me. And that's how this thing grows to beat the occasion. Take a gander. You may also hear my roommate, Charlie. He's a bird as well, a cockatiel, who is screaming for no reason other than the fact that he can. Do not worry about him. He's just, he wants to talk to. Take a gander. All you have to do is set up a diverse range of encounters for a protagonist along a hero's journey, and let the protagonist gain various mystical abilities and treasures before magnificently defeating a powerful foe. Now that's how you make a wonderful story. My explanation alone can't do it justice. You should take a look yourself. In
Storytelling
short,
is
the
such
protagonist
an
model is like a
outdated
simple
art
magic wand. So long as you follow its patterns, you can easily craft pulse-racing, heart-pumping stories for your audience. How about this? You and I hit up the site of your former battles, the Alchemy Commission. Revisiting old haunts will definitely get the creative juices flowing. Let's flesh out this protagonist model. Fine, I'll humor you since I'm such a nice and helpful protagonist. I knew you were kind-hearted. Alright, let's push on then to the Alchemy Commission. If I was not mistaken, the decisive battle in your adventure began right over here at the infamous mansion, correct? Correct. You said that this was where you and your companions fought against the Master Primus of Sanctus Medicus. Were there any conflict that you encountered here, or perhaps that she stooped any dastardly tricks to really put you between a rock and a hard place? Combat difficulty, very easily. I just walked up and started fighting. How is that possible? How can a great battle be exciting without any swerves or setbacks? Please give me a moment to sketch out a scene. Here we go. Listen up. The Legion was in cahoots with the Master Primus of Sanctus Medicus. Using their arcane powers, they activated elixir cauldrons to spew forth venomous vapors that tried to take out Noctua and the other magnificent heroes in one fell swoop. For a moment, a mesmerizing miasma filled the air in the Alchemy Commission. Despite the vigor and strength of Noctua, it was too much to deal with and simply overwhelming. The situation grew so grave that Noctua and his companions concocted a genius plan. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, the realization suddenly dawned that this was still the Alchemy Commission, a paradise known for forging the elixir of life. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have received their mandate from the Rune Author. We can strive for a miracle pill from the Alchemy Commission, turning over a new leaf to be born anew through generations of cultivated power. How did this turn into a story about forging a miracle pill? The arena is set inside the Alchemy Commission, right? It's foreshadowing with a payoff. Don't interrupt me, it's a good start. Next it'll go, a fortuitous encounter. Noctua studied the surroundings carefully, fixating on the three elixir cauldrons on display at the Alchemy Commission. He suddenly remembered that the Vidyadhara healer lady once mentioned that these three elixir cauldrons, and how they contained essential extracts of everything in the universe, condensed into elixirs of life. Once put together, these three divine ingredients can be concocted into the elixir of dragon oil, which can make you born anew and achieve transcendence. That name sounds like lazy writing. I am sorry for the ad-lib naming here. Anyway, what else am I going to call an elixir that magically imbues powers like this? Let's go over to that elixir cauldron over there and keep at it. I'm sure that'll give us some quality inspiration.
Let's wait and see.
Speed, not haste.
Thinking of this, Noctua jumped right into the elixir cauldron. What's wrong? I am afraid it would roast me alive. We're not writing a horror story here, rest assured, graphic scenes like that would never make it past the rating board. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. I am a bird! I have become one, reformed. Don't worry, it all makes sense. Noctua leapt into the elixir cauldron, but suddenly felt as the whole world was spinning. Our hero opened their eyes to find themselves have turned into a cycrane. This book implies that this is a hidden containment mechanism in the elixir cauldron, designed by the first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission. Anyone trying to take the elixir of life would first be transported to a Fantasia to undergo the trial. How about we throw in some quantum mechanics stuff? That'll make us sound smart. Don't try to confuse me. You've interrupted my train of thought. The first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission hoped that one day someone could break the containment mechanism, clear the trial, and take the elixir of dragon oil right in the nick of time to save the Law Fu from certain doom. In a curious twist of fate, Noctua was none other than the heroic one prophesied by this first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission some thousands of years ago. After interacting with the roost, you can start remotely controlling the cycrane. Cycranes can fly, allowing them to reach areas that are inaccessible to characters. Cycranes will remain in their original position with the cycrane being remotely controlled. While in control of the cycrane, you have the option to either ascend or descend as desired. They can be used in different scenarios to accomplish various tasks. Alright, see you later. immediately gets an achievement called Take It Easy, Icarus. Natsuo concentrated all his chi at the core radix, thus breaking the containment mechanism in the Fantasia. What if I fly? Just keep going. You hate randoms in the night? Aw, dude, I feel that. Natsuo concentrated all his chi at the core radix, thus breaking the containment mechanism in the Fantasia. Go in the water. Bath time. No. Careful, don't get caught by monsters. Okay. What? I was not in his line of sight. The Heron Express safety system has automatically taken over the remote control to return to the safe zone. And the Heron Express remote control butthole system. How was he locking on to me? Ah. Natsuo concentrated all his chi at the core radix. Oh. As all containment mechanisms were gradually lifted, the secret treasure of the first Cauldron Master was revealed. I am still a bird. Boop. You got an Icefire Lotus. Well done. What Noctua beholds is this lotus blooming with ice crystals while in flames. This is medicine that has been extinct since the Theophany era. The Icefire Lotus. Wow. Noctua transformed into a side crane, weaving and darting around the elixir cauldron to clear the trial left behind by the first Cauldron Master. What Noctua beholds is a lotus blooming with ice crystals while in flames. I read that already. The Icefire Lotus is utterly indispensable when concocting an elixir of dragon oil. Does such a medicinal herb really exist? Just pretend it does! Come on, let's go then. On the next elixir cauldron. Just bear with me, okay? Seeing these places in person really got my creative juices flowing. Turn around. Having plucked the Icefire Lotus, Noctua seizes the opportunity and jumps into another elixir cauldron. Oh, come on, not this again. Little do you know, repetitive behavior instills a sense of ritual in people. That's what important details have to be repeated a few times over and over. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. Bird Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Noctua returned to the Fantasia, hunting for the secret treasure left by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. But suddenly, an unsettling aroma aroused the senses. Were it any ordinary person, it would merely be discarded as a mistake of the senses. But what kind of hero is Noctua? The treacherous danger was instantly detected. The book implies that this is an abundance beast, sealed within the cauldron by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. Oh, how the mediocre covets such a glorious treasures, yet die filled with hatred at the maw of a beast. Sheesh, the first Cauldron Master was ruthless. That's the trope for treasure hunting stories. The ancients always leave behind secret treasures with fatal booby traps hidden within. Don't ask me why, but this is a screenwriter's convention. Noctua couldn't help but sneer, asking, is there any danger across all the galaxy that can stop my might? And with a beat of its wings, the hero took to the sky. Oh, more dogs. All my chi has broken the containment mechanism from my core radix. What? And again. Ooh. Bink. He has been distracted with the power of lamp. I think that wolf is more of a moth. Yippee! Hey, there I am! Give me the box. A life-death polyphore. Hey, this looks a lot like the cloud whatever the heck from the... Yep, I definitely am going to, he's gonna read that, so I don't need to. But that looks a lot like the artifact or relic from the simulated universe. Next to it completed another one of the first Cauldron Master's trials. What appeared next to our hero before was a mushroom flitting in and out of existence. It is written that this is no mortal mushroom. It sits within a state between existence and non-existence, constantly fluctuating between the real and the imaginary. It's called the Life-Death Polyfer. Finally, we're getting down to quantum mechanics. Right then, Noctua had the Life-Death Polyfer, lacking only one final medicinal herb before the elixir of dragon oil could be concocted. Sancho sure has a lot of weird mushroom, huh? Hey, no way! Actually, I have a little notebook where I record all kinds of obscure things in. I can show you it if you want. So these medicinal herbs, they really do all exist? The names of these medicinal herbs are indeed constructions of my imagination. I mean, not all of them are completely made up. Enough gossip and bluster. Let's get to the next cauldron and start cooking up the next story, hum? I wonder if there would have been an achievement if I turned on all of these. How about it then? Ready to start plotting out the next part of your story? Having plucked the Life-Death Polyfer, Noctua goes all or nothing, leaping into another elixir cauldron. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. And Detroit become bird. Back in the Fantasia once more, and without a trace of fear or trepidation, Noctua felt like an old hand. Noctua calmed right down into to sense the feelings that left behind in the Fantasia. And those feelings were warm, gentle, and liberating. There was never a doubt that this was a soul-cleansing grace from the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. So, it's soul-cleansing grace to sick beasts on a people? Don't say that! The first Cauldron Master was thinking ahead about any misuse that might have harmed the Zansho. You see? Or is that a bit far-fetched? Ah, no problem. Don't worry about it. This is just a first script. A first script, I tell you. We'll fix it in post. Noctua knew this warm sensation meant that the most dangerous part of the trial had already passed. What now greeted Noctua was the first Helm Master's blessing. Take off, Noctua. Welcome to this, your final trial. Drawing on experience from the past, Noctua was determined to put his knowledge to use and find the Cauldron Master's secret treasure. Boop. Healing again. My chi has been concentrated. Come on, ring, ring, ring. Quickly get them both. Let's go. As all containment mechanisms were gradually lifted by Noctua, the secret treasure of the Cauldron Master was revealed. You got a whirlboat pneumatophore. That's how that's pronounced. Noctua completed yet another trial, only to find himself trapped in a vast white fog. Once it cleared, Noctua saw a huge tree with floating roots. Despite no obvious breeze, the floating roots swayed in the air, cleaving the very air in twain with flashes of lightning paired with each swing. This, then, was the most precious medicinal herb hidden at the Alchemy Commission, the Whirlbolt pneumatophore. Noctua harvested the best of the floating roots and left this Fantasia of the first Cauldron Master. That doesn't sound something like a Psycrane should touch. No, it's not actually a Psycrane. It's the result of your true, pure, unfettered soul projected onto the first Cauldron Master's Fantasia. You can't really think of it in terms of a normal Psycrane. You're just making it all up as you go, aren't you? Isn't that how we storytellers earn our crust day in and out? Competition in entertainment circles is so fierce these days. How are we storytellers supposed to compete with all the razzle-dazzle and hype of something like Immersia? There's only one answer. Manufactured outrage. I can say all the stuff they can't do in Immersia, and I can say what they don't dare say in Immersia. Anyway, there's no tax on bragging, and words have a habit of disappearing like the wind. Back to the topic at hand. Previously, our hero Noctua acquired all 3 medicinal herbs required to concoct the elixir of dragon oil, and all that remained was to cast the ingredients into the elixir crucible, and this miracle elixir would be his. No! Open it. Here are my ingredients. Noctua placed the 3 medicinal herbs into the crucible one by one. First came the Icefire Lotus, its fiery heat and blasting cold blended together, bursting out infinite natural force. Next came the Life-Death Polyfer. Its quantum impermeance stabilizes the paradox inherent to the Lotus. Finally, Noctua tossed the Whirlbolt Pneumatophore into the Crucible. With a flash of thunder and lightning, out of the blue, an entire thunderstorm formed inside 1 square inch of the cauldron. Crucible. Noctua plucked up the courage to reach his hand into the storm. After a while, his hand pulled out a sparkling medicinal pellet. I like that they give you enough time to actually read this. And that, my friend, is what leads a mortal onto the path of immortality. Oh, no. I shouldn't have used the word on the Xianshao. Oh, uh-oh. Anyways, it's basically a miracle drug that makes you born anew and achieve transcendence. Behold, the elixir of dragon oil. Noctua swallowed the miracle elixir and instantly felt as light as a feather, but as strong as an ox. Our hero could leap 30,000 miles in a second or lift up 10,000 tons. That's a lot. Noctua knew now was the time to settle the score with those pathetic, detestable disciples of Sanctus Medicus wreaking havoc on the Xianshao. Are we the baddies? Ha, listen to yourself. Power in of itself knows no good or bad. Only people do. Is a kitchen knife evil when it's in the hands of a chef or when it's in the hands of a murderer? Less idle chit-chat. Please, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, lend me your ears. Next up, we have the main feature, Calamity and Snare's Commission of Alchemy, Nameless Battles, Author of Plagues. Ah, if we put it like that, then this act will be complete. What happened to the fight against the Plague's author demon? Ah, you don't understand. The most difficult thing for us screenwriters is the protagonist development. Once the protagonist character is settled, it's going to be easy to just write on as many battles as you want. Look, this isn't exactly the best writing place for us. Come back to the Starskiff Haven with me, and after I'd process all of today's inspiration, we can chat more about combat details. Alright. Thank you for helping me sort out my thoughts and get some inspiration. Slide off here. I have more of me. Oh, I'm too big. I guess I'm sized accordingly. Huh. Okay. I have more of my model than just this. I think I just need to go and adjust how much is showing. Thank you for helping me sort out my thoughts and get some inspiration. I'll start right away. Mr. Zinyan took out his notebook and began scribbling at a furious pace. Shortly after, he handed over the manuscript to you, filled with satisfaction. I've already written the part about Nameless Battle, Author of Plagues. That's right, our protagonist is on this quest, that is you, has experienced all these adventures and taken this elixir of life. I have to add a few strokes to the protagonist model so it's not completely forgotten next time. Speaking of which, I was left with tons of inspiration rattling around in my head after today's trip.
Storytelling is
I'd like to use some
outdated art form.
There are people who like it. Who cares what you think?
Man, they really put this quest next to someone who's just gonna say words. I'd like you to use some of your side adventures on the Xianshao as a material to write some side stories. It'll help flesh out your protagonist model, so I'll write some of your challenging adventures. Why don't you listen and tell me what you think? During the event, complete hero's journeys with Mr. Zanyan to unleash the full potential of the protagonist model. There are different slots in the protagonist model. The plot armor, the plot armor that can be selected for each slot is different. Slots and plot armors will gradually be unlocked as you progress through the hero's journey. Using these abilities can earn you points and rewards in Legends Past and Present, will gradually unlock the Legend of the Trailblazer sections. I can now do this. Oh. This is a long event, isn't it? Oh, this is battle. It's battle. It's fine. Look, this bottle to use the protagonist model. Allies skill damage increases by 100. Allies follow-up attack damage increases by 100. Oh, I see what it's about to tell me to do. Yeah, let me do follow-up attack damage. And we'll do this. Right. I guess it's gonna tell me to use these two to echo. And then Yukong Luocha. So, in theory, The mechanic has a turn limit. Before the turns run out, enemies will continue to appear. Defeating more will give you a higher score. The remaining turns will be displayed on a countdown of the action order shown on the left. Dealing damage to any target enemy before a turn ends will earn you points. Defeating a trotter will earn even higher points. Okay.
You won't get away. Time to twirl! You won't get away. Time to twirl!
You chose the wrong enemy.
Stay the course.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
All right, one of these.
You won't get away. Time to twirl!
And one of these.
The wind
This
is rising.
should get us going.
Time to twirl!
Because, yeah, their follow-ups are now buffed by it.
Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! You won't get away.
Perhaps you still humanity sees its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl!
Oh, what? What did she just do?
You won't get away. Time to twirl! Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
I just definitely got an achievement.
Gale force.
All right.
Time to twirl!
Time for an overhaul.
I'll see you off.
Spirit never dies.
You won't get away.
Perhaps you still humanity never conceals its desire to
I think I can keep this if I do that. Oh no, it still uses the cycle.
Oh dear. You won't get away. Time to twirl! Do you know who I... This big diamond!
This big diamond is all yours.
You chose the wrong enemy. Eternal sleep.
Dead return!
As easy
One of
as that.
these.
To the clouds.
One of
The wind
these.
is rising.
One of these. And... No crit, no!
I have something for you.
You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Perhaps you still do. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no
Do
exception.
you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Let's settle this.
All right, this is my last cycle.
Barely felt it. What are you looking
I'm going for the warp trotter.
Time to twirl!
Stay the course. Gale force.
All right, let's get the damage up.
You won't get away. Time to twirl!
Let's settle this.
All right,
The dead
maybe.
return!
No, I couldn't kill the warp trotter in time. Still, S rank. Not bad. After combat, click on the rewards list to claim the event rewards. Attaining a certain score unlocks sections from the Legend of Trailblazer. Each character used each time will become the main character of the story. After your passages are acquired, you will receive limited rewards that can be viewed in the mission history panel. Okay, I'm down to read this. It's so hot here. Yeah, temperatures, man. It's hot here too. I had to like, normally I like to keep the part of the tree where I'm streaming like closed, so it's like, as in case people arrive home early, they don't get disturbed, but it is so hot that I have to, like, this whole place is open up right now. And the Alchemy Commission was plagued with threats, internal and external. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were wreaking havoc within. The abominations and the ambrosial arbor loomed beyond. Seeing the crisis, Noctua yet laughed loudly, and the companions behind them. The heroes were confused to the reason of the laughter. As Noctua calmly explained, I laugh at the folly of these abominations of abundance, and at the idiocy of the master of disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Luocha cupped their hands in praise. My brother, you couldn't have said it better. I've heard of your fierce battle against the Ruined Legion on Yalilo 6. He really wasn't listening when we were telling him what was going on, huh? Even with the help of the Doomsday Beast, the Legion could not escape an overwhelming defeat. And now, these abominations and demons have schemed and plotted, yet the best they could summon was an ebon deer that stands no chance against the muddy warriors such as you. The companions exchanged smiles, the morale renewed afresh. At this moment of high spirits, they heard a whooshing sound in the distance. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus wielded colossal crossbows, firing a steady stream of projectiles in a play of catch the companions off guard. And play 2. Yukon casually caught the flying arrows and tossed them back to their owners. Screams and screeches rose in tandem as these dishonorable scoundrels were now having a taste of their own medicine. Himiko and Herto looked at each other and instantly shared the same thought. We must not let others look down on the two of us. And they worked up their internal chi, made a double jump in the air to fly up and pounced on the enemy. Of course, the chaos that ensued is all another story altogether. Oh, 50,000 was the minimum for the final reward. I have to complete chapter 2? Oh my god, this event's gonna take forever. Is it time to write Act 2? You see, you can't take care of much when you're busy. I almost forgot we agreed to meet. I've been keeping myself busy coming up with the rest of the plot, but we may have a problem to which I haven't been able to find an answer yet. Based on your original story, after taking out the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, you almost immediately fought your decisive battle against the Lord Ravager Frontalia. Don't you think that's pushing the story along too fast? If that's all I had, why, I'd finish telling the story in a single session. I wouldn't get the chance to set up one of my cliffhangers, goading everyone to buying tickets for tomorrow. Stay tuned for next time with Mr. Xian. After I tell you what, and I tell you what, the protagonist model isn't perfect enough if we do the plot this way, so I've come up with an idea. I'm not sure what you think, so I'd like to run it by you. Nameless, you're not the only one, right? Those other heroes have also thrown themselves into this adventure. Is it possible to perhaps fudge things a little so that you will be the one doing those deeds? Wouldn't that make me a fraud? Yeah, but I mean, no. What I mean is, could some of the Nameless's heroic deeds be pulled together and attributed to a single archetypal character? Creating archetypes like this make it easier for our audience to become emotionally invested. How about it? So then, are there any companions whose exploits are suitable for us to add to the story? There's this one called Dan Heng. You fill Mr. Xinyan about Dan Heng chasing you all the way and his adventures he encountered at Scale Gorge Waterscape. This High Elder story of hers is interesting, but a little tricky to pull off. It branches off in all directions with some red herrings. It's way different from the masterpieces I've personally written about the High Cloud Quintet. Therefore, a drastic adaptation is required. We'll cut off everything apart from the beginning and the end. Maybe we can fix this story after all. I've got a rough idea. Let's go to Scale Gorge Waterscape. Perhaps we'll be able to find our inspiration beneath the statue of the High Elder. Oh, so he's not going to take us there this time. We have to actually teleport ourselves. Rude.
Speed, not haste.
Drink it. That reminds me. I've already drank all my water I brought for this stream. Let me go and refill that real quick. Hello, I'm back. It's so humid. No, it's like, ugh, it's so bad right now. But it's fine. Life's fine. Actually scooch a little more so I'm not covering as many words. East Coast, exactly. Drink it in. Just looking at this magnificent statue of the High Elder causes inspiration to flood my brain like a waterfall. So why don't you tell me a story, storyteller? It said that Noctua's powers surged after taking the elixir of dragon oil, but alas, the Lord Ravager was still an emanator of the Ruin Author. How could a mere mortal hope to contend? It was then that Noctua realized the Vidyadhara were descendants of dragons, whose High Elders naturally possessed aeonic powers. And if those powers could be borrowed, transcendence shall be achieved. Didn't I already achieve transcendence by drinking that dragon oil elixir? Hey, have you ever heard of hyperbole? I studied at the Royal Academy on the Yaoxing, and I'm a professional playwright by trade. My writing has structure, and I would never be sloppy. With the miracle elixir flowing internally, and the High Elder's power protecting no, I said it right, protecting externally. I feel like projecting sounds better there, but I don't know, that's just me. A mere emanator, or even a Ruin Author themselves, would prove no match for Noctua. I'm not sure Nanook would agree with you. Forget about the details. I told you, this is a first draft, and we'll revise it later. Just focus on the main plot. Back to the topic at hand, please. This scene should begin with you searching for clues around the statue of the High Elder. Dropping an adventure into every scene of the plot will definitely help us flesh out the protagonist model. I reckon this'll take the better half of a day, just like last time. So why don't you go off and get ready? Fortify that stomach of yours, go to the bathroom. Come and find me when you're ready. Dude said go take a bathroom break. If anyone needs a bathroom break, we're not taking one. You can, if you need one, you can go. I'll take a sip of water, a very long sip. Hey, that's me, it's the bird. Okay, hopefully that was long enough for you to take a bathroom break. How's it going? Ready to start? Let's begin. Oh, we're just going straight in? Oh, if they're weak to Quantum, let me bring Gambler. I built Blade, but he's not at his level yet. Alright. Did you break into Scale Gorge Waterscape and try to beg me for the power of High Elder? You're joking. Is this some kind of Outworlder joke? Who's speaking? Up here, I'm right in front of you. Don't turn a blind eye to me. Are you a statue? I am the statue of Yubei the High Elder. Steeped in the essence of moonlight, I have taken consciousness. Yubei, questionable. You're an Outworlder who doesn't even know who I am, yet you dare come here to claim the power of the High Elder so rashly. You'll never get your hands on it. Can't you bend the rules this once? Please? If this was something that could just be bent, then the Vidyadhara wouldn't find ourselves in our current predicament. But then again, I'm nothing more than a statue. I can hardly lecture you. What about I set a trial for you? Pass it, and you'll gain my recognition, and then I'll grant you whatever wish it is. My wish is for 3 more wishes! I'm not some genie in a lamp! We can talk once again once you complete the trial. Centuries ago, Don Fong, the High Elder, got led astray in life, triggering the sedation of the Imbibitor. The sedation of Imbibitor Lunai, and leaving countless mirage echoes filled with hatred throughout the Scale Gorge Waterscape. A few of them still cling to the vicious hatred, causing all kinds of ruckus that's really starting to get to people. Please get rid of these ill-willed mirage echoes. That is the trial I have for you. Okie dokie.
Speed, not haste.
There's a teleporter there. Oh, I can't. Okay. Well, thought I have Yukong's ability to sprint. Won't let me teleport during the trials. I've worked for the Rome Keeping Commission for 500 years and I'll soon qualify to be a townhouse in the Drifter's Sanctum. The Biotrank townhouse. What a pity. After this disaster, my reincarnated body has to keep working. My little foxy is right off. Back when I was just an egg, I dreamed there was a little fox playing around in the water with me. When I grew up, I found her out there in the world, just as she was about to die of old age. Just the thought of that made me burst into tears. Aww. I was supposed to be chosen as High Elder. That cursed Don Feng. It was he who stole my rightful power from me. How did things end up? The Preceptors got the wrong person and plunged the Videotter into crisis. That's exactly what they deserved. Looks like this is it. To fight them.
Repay.
Wolves.
Time for a fun.
As
All right.
easy as that.
Break. 2 gambles isn't bad. Nice, I got the echo.
Look at the draw.
Yeah, you can be sped up, but you can't beat the fish. Fish! Oh no, he beat the fish.
Can I have fun this time?
You chose the wrong.
Unexpected item and bagging area. Do not beat the fish.
My turn. Wait for the top.
That should be it, right? Time to go back and report into the statue. Thank goodness it fast travels me there. The grievances hanging over Scale Gorge Waterscape have cleared a little. I think you have indeed completed the trial. You really do live up to the moniker of the Nameless. Now that you've completed the first trial, it's time for the second one. You're making me do all the 12 labors, aren't you? Don't worry, this will be your final trial. Before his imprisonment, Don Feng buried all of his treasure deep within the Scale Gorge Waterscape. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words. Rules are meant to be broken! What's that about? Anyway, the second trial is to find the treasure, return it to its original owner, and reset the wheels of fate. They're gonna just like not make me have to do anything there? Oh, okay, well, fast traveled me this far at least. Is the monkey here? Do I have to fight the monkey again? When Noctua arrived at the place, he immediately smelled the presence of Long in the... Fine, don't break it, please stop. Wait. I think he got mad because I just started shattering all the pots. Hey, don't interrupt, I'm trailblazing here. You call that trailblazing? You're trail destroying. I'm in an error in judgment. This old dragon place cannot withstand this kind of abuse. Let me just acknowledge your heartfelt devotion, destructive power. Let's just skip this part of the trial. Come back to the statue and find me. We can go straight to the next step. I don't know if that was what was intended or not. I just started destroying everything instinctively. So I was right about you. Being able to complete these trials proves you're a trustworthy person. Well said. I'll give you that. The truth always comes in threes. You may have passed the first two, but now comes the final and most important test. And please don't tell me that I'm not trusting. Because this third trial has the answer which you seek. The power of the High Elder. We Vidyadhara naturally reincarnate in cyclical continuity. As the previous High Elder has abdicated and undergone hatching rebirth, a new High Elder will be reborn once more. I want you to find this Vidyadhara egg and deliver the rebirth of the new High Elder. From then on, this new High Elder will be your help and support you in overcoming any hardships you may encounter. Go, Nameless. The help you seek is at hand. And to have found the soon-to-be born impending High Elder thanks to the statue's guidance.
Speed, not haste.
Hopefully there's nothing I need to destroy. Hopefully I didn't miss out on anything by absolutely smashing every single pot in that area. Noctua found the luminescent Vidyadhara egg. I said it right so many times, and yet now I'm stumbling over my words. And indeed, there was a creature about to break free from incubation, and so Noctua carefully delivered the egg, the new High Elder, into re-existence. Oh, God, not one of these. This is an easy one. I got stuck on one of these puzzles, like off stream, for like almost 30 minutes. I don't even know how I solved it. but I hate them so much. Isn't that the screen for fixing stuff? I'm just using a typical Xianshao literary device. Nothing special about it, okay? Its operating system is running on Abacus circuitry. I admit it's a bit far-fetched, but I couldn't think of any other way to express things. Forget it. This is our first draft for now. As for the exact details, I'll leave that up to the future Mr. Xinyan to worry about. Xian. I keep calling it Xinyan, like from Genshin. I don't know why. Sorry, sir. I don't mean to be calling you the wrong name. All in all, with the help of Noctua, the newborn High Elder of the Vidyadhara successfully hatched from their egg and was thus reborn. Born wearing clothes? What's so weird about that? There's another Xianshao classic tale that tells of a rich boy born with a silver spoon, or rather jade abacus in his mouth. The newborn could make divinations 500 years back and into the future. The newborn High Elder stared blankly at Noctua. At this moment, Noctua should bear the sacred responsibility of scripting a name for the newborn High Elder. Dragons derive power from their names. Why do I have to name it? Because you're the protagonist of the story. Noctua named the new High Elder as Cold Dragon Young. Old as frost, but nimble as a dragon. A fitting name. As fate would dictate, Cold Dragon Young, the new leader of the Vidyadhara, had been reborn. But just as the two were immersed in the joys of life reborn, crisis loomed imminent. A horde of disciples of Sanctus Medicus had found this location. The freshly reborn High Elder and that Outworlder who took out so many of our brothers and sisters. So this is where you were. Quick, take advantage of their weak position to rid them once and for all. Go! Fear not, Noctua. Let me chant a cloud hymn to protect you. These schmucks are nothing to worry about. Faced with an advancing enemy, Noctua concentrated all his ki to his core radix as he shouted, sob in tears. What are you crying about? Ah, yes, Noctua has become a father for the very first time. Despite not being one of the biological definition, our hero still feels the heavenly gift of affection. But there's no room for any emotional drama to play out here as the High Elder gave a clear shout. The battle begins. Alright. This dude's gonna act first, so we hack him.
This is double speed.
Let's settle this.
Alright, hit this one. One of these.
The wind is rising.
Do my best to see if I can just kill this one straight up.
When they keep quiet.
Almost.
My turn.
Ooh, lucky gamble. First things first, I'm purging the revive off those. Yeah. None of that. You weren't coming back to life.
Time for a fun.
Let's settle this.
Spirit never.
Let's go. Easy. After this battle, Noctua and Cold Dragon Young forged an alliance in blood between which none could ever hope to drive a wedge. Be patient, everyone. The next act, dear listeners, is our long-awaited martial arts fight scene. Traveler treasures hearts of Scions. Dragon Lord commands Wrath of Seas. If we put it like that, this act will be complete too. Where did the long-awaited martial arts scene end up going? Did I mention martial arts scenes are the easiest to write? Just a couple of strokes on your protagonist model is all it takes. He begins scribbling at a furious pace as before. He soon let out a long, satisfied sigh, which seemed to be a habitual pattern of Mr. Xian's writing process, and handed the protagonist model over to you. This scene is complete. Take some time to have a look at it, and feel free to share any feedbacks with me. What follows should be the climax at the end of your story, so I need to think carefully about how it's written. It's already getting late, and we both put a lot of effort. I'll head back to the Scarsift Haven, and let's keep in touch if any inspiration strikes. So long. Oh, gotta be careful with my angles again. Alright. At least I can teleport to this place.
Another busy day ahead of us.
Da, 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 da. Any new stories? Mr. Noctua, hello. You can't let go of my spellbinding story, can you? Who can resist being the protagonist of their own epic adventure? Haha, the protagonist model is so incredibly useful, I've ended up writing a few more stories. I wonder what you think of them. Ooh. Oh, I need to beat chapter 3 to unlock all of those. Okay. Enemies keep spawning for 4 turns. Defeat as many as possible. So it's the same idea. But allies' HP is reduced on their own turn. Energy increases equal to 55%. Damage dealt by allies will be increased by 50%. We'll do Life Death Polyfer. High Elder Mark 1000. All allies attack increased by 50%. All allies crit rate increased by 25%. We'll do max HP. At the end of every turn, when an ally receives healing, increase their crit damage by 100% for 1 turn. For every 1% an ally had lost... Oh my god, yeah, this. Elixir of Dragon Oil. 2. I wonder how good the trial... Wait, mine is better. HP changes during their own turn. The character's damage is increased by 120% for 1 turn. After defeating a trotter, all allies regenerate 100% of their energy. All point... Oh, okay. Looks good. So we will run... Mine has more HP, a little less attack. This one has a lot of speed in the correct light cone, though. I'll use the trial one. Okay, let's check out the Lucha differences. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just use the trial characters. And then... Because enemies keep respawning, logically, I think I want to go with... Do I bring Clara? We'll bring Yukong for the buffs, and we'll bring... her. I think this is a good, solid team. They should be able to take care of it. I need 50,000 points, so...
You chose the wrong enemy. You impede me. The fight is set.
Stay the course.
That paradise, savor it for me. Receive divinity. Eternal state. And return!
Alright, the field's up.
To the class.
When they keep quiet. Gotcha. This wow.
Alright, 2 down.
A blade knows no mercy.
Alright, yeah, good. This will proc Blade's counter.
That paradise, savor it for me.
Alright,
Spirit never dies.
nice.
Gale force.
Wait for the tiles. Look at the draw.
Fish.
Please. And victory!
Fish.
The wind is rising. Boom.
And let's do this. Fully regen energy.
The wind is rising. Boom. From the bow.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
All right. Hit this. That'll cause that, and then I can go and purge. Also getting an extra stack for my heal.
You impede me. That paradise may be unreachable. Savor it for me. Receive divinity.
He's healed. He counters.
Look at
I
the
summon a
draw.
fish.
Please. And victory!
Stay the course.
I damage amp. I throw a fish. I hit this.
That paradise may savor it for me.
Eternal sleep.
I hit this.
You impede me.
Inflict him with that.
Your
Enhance.
end approaches.
The wind is rising.
This should kill, and if it doesn't, it'll weaken it. Alright. Hit the middle one.
That paradise may savor it for me.
Cut his HP to half. Counter. Ding, ding, ding.
Look at the draw.
One of these.
And victory!
Eternal sleep.
One of these.
The wind is rising.
Ult this for the energy regen. Also for the extra stack.
You impede me.
Spirit never dies.
All right, enemies
Paradise
enhanced.
may be unreachable for me. Savor it for me.
The wind is
My
rising.
score is only 33,000. I need it to get up to 50,000. So this is gonna be rough.
Look at the draw. Please. And victory!
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
Gale force.
My turn.
Okay, here's a fish.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I will dispatch you.
Only 30. Okay, he hits the counter. Huge.
As easy as that.
That paradise, savor it for me.
All right. Oh. No. Only an A. That's unfortunate. I don't know exactly what I could have done better there. I know. I could have had Bronya. That would have just been it. If I had Bronya, that would have been so much better. Oh my god, I didn't even get this? That though. I'll worry about that later. That's something for not doing on stream. It was said the ebon deer had a hide of iron and its hooves of bronze, impervious to the sword and spear. Its eyes glistened like a burning lamps, and its cry whistled through the air like the wailing of a terrible ghost. Any ordinary person who encounters such a monster will surely be scared out of their wits. Noctua and his companions, however, were not fazed in the least. Esteemed audience, what can you guess why? Because the four heroes in this story each have their own special abilities and unique skills, and the fighting spirit and endurance was to match. Defeating the wicked beast of abundance was but a moment's effort for our heroes, for it is said that blades stood 8 feet tall and spanned 8 feet across the waist. When they lowered their head to look down upon the ebon deer, it was akin to a giant looking at a child. They had cultivated their martial skills to perfection. The sharpest of blades are futile against such a person. Seeing that its antlers could not gore the hero, the deer stomped its bronze hooves on the ground with a howl, and branches of the ambrosial arbor sprouted out in all directions, firmly wrapping around Blade's limbs. For a time, the two were at a standstill. It was at this moment Luocha entered the melee. He raised his giant fist, the size of an Arumaton's hands, and pounded relentlessly. The monster's hide was thick, but a moment had not passed before the shock from Luocha's heavy blows delivered grave internal injuries, and blood flowed from its nostrils. At most can guess the internal injuries do not always have external manifestations, though there were nary a scratch on the skin of the beast. Its insides were already beaten to a rotten pulp. The ebon deer would not last more than a few years with such wounds, but Noctua knew well that such a monstrosity, though mortally wounded, could not be allowed to roam freely and terrorize the citizenry. With a gesture from him, Yukong sprung into action, with the sword in their hand spinning as it dispatched the vine's grappling blade. With a flash of the sword and a flick of the wrist, Shinso dashed straight towards the enemy and sent the ebon deer to the ground with just one blow. As it turned out, the beast was susceptible to fire, and Shinso was a seasoned fire user. That is not accurate in the slightest, but it's fine. Quick as a lightning flash, this monster had stricken fear in the countless clouds. This monster that had struck in fear and countless cloud knights fell to the ground at the hands of our heroes, never to rise again. Oh. All right. On to the part 3 of the storytelling. I was so busy with all this storytelling that I almost forgot. I made preparations for this. Just you wait and see. Our next scene, warrior quells Fantilia, hero earns regalia. Regalia. Fantilia? It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I've already put this whole scene together, but I'm just waiting for your final confirmation. Let's go straight to Scale Gorge Waterscape. I've prepared a little surprise for you. Define surprise. Explain to me like I'm 5. I'd spoil everything if I told you just now. You'll see soon enough. Don't worry, everyone can vouch for my reliability. See, catch you at Scale Gorge. I don't like that, but... He's gonna be like, I've resurrected Fantilia! Anyway, now she's going to kill you if you don't stop.
Speed, not
Well, that's my last energy. Hello, Cold Dragon Young. Mr. Zinyan. Noctua, you made it. Why don't we meet the surprise I've got waiting for you? Salutations, your highness. Kneel ye not. This custom has long disappeared from the Xianshao etiquette. Don't be scared. This is Shiyun, a famed actor from the Mellow Golden Mare and Immersia Club. Shh, don't mention my real name around here. You'll kill my flow and take me out of the zone. Call me by my role. Which was it again? Cold Dragon Young? That's right. Call me Cold Dragon Young. All right then, Cold Dragon Young. You are empathetically correct. Noctua, the Mellow Golden Mare Immersia Club, picked up our story and is interested in potentially buying the adaptation rights. So let's show Cold Dragon Young a very warm welcome, okay? Look at him, made up exactly how I imagined he would be. Is this a child actor? Child actor? I may have been fresh meat when I first debuted, but that was over 500 years ago. I'm an old hand now. Okay, enough gossip for now. Zinyan, tell me more about your storytelling. If this seems as a role worth my taking on. Okay. Noctua here has been born anew after swallowing the miracle elixir and has teamed up with the High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Right now, our hero is the talk of the town, unmatched in power and might. This was a time when the Xianshao Luofu fell into crisis, with the Lord Ravager Fantilia leading the forces of the Ruin Author on a rampage as they vowed to destroy the Luofu. Noctua, with weapon in hand, stood before Fantilia, bellowing out, "Beast, right here, right now. This will be your final resting place." Cold Dragon Young secretly activated the Cloud Hymn to protect Noctua. A battle could break out at any moment, and the fate of the Xianshao Luofu rested in the outcome of the fight. Fantilia, it's time to settle the score once and for all. Fighting Fantilia? No, we're fighting this thing.
Time for a buzz.
Nothing major.
Stay the course. Gale force.
I've swept this multiple times. It's just a matter of it's just a matter of getting the right hand, he says, failing to get the right hand. Have to pull out the fish. And that was just not good.
Time for a buzz.
That's imaginary
I'll see
again.
you off. Receive
Okay, got the heal.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
Do that. Activate the field.
Spirit
All
never
right.
dies.
Activating the prana.
This combat needs a
All right, hack for
This
defense.
double speed.
One
Wind
Yukong
is
ult.
rising. From the bow.
And in theory, this crits and kills instantly. Hey, I was right. As the Lord Ravager met its demise, the curtain fell on the final scene in the story. I do not think Fantilia really looks like that. Oh really? I've never had the chance to personally see Fantilia and hope I never do. Since you've seen Fantilia before, could you tell me a bit more about what it looks like? There seem to be plants growing on its back. I think I got it. Any other feature? It's humongous. Monstrously huge. Monstrously huge, I'm sure I can imagine. It looks incredibly ferocious. Ooh, when you put it like that, I think I've got it. Okay, this is definitely getting updated for when we do our revisions. I don't care much for what Fantilia looks like. My only question is that it? Or there's still Oh, is that it? I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, Fantilia's behind you right now. There's still a coda, an epilogue that comes afterward. I haven't figured out exactly how it goes, but the main plot indeed reaches its conclusion here. I feel like the story's lacking for a scintillating adventure. As an old theater hound, I have a few pointers if you'd like to hear. If you could please enlighten us. Firstly, Noctua's character development needs to be more compelling. Swallowing a medicinal pellet to get stronger may work in your world of storytelling, but it's long gone out of style in the immersia genre. Secondly, rolling straight into the decisive battle after finding the High Elder makes the character seem like a plot device. His role should be more fleshed out. I do agree. I do agree on that. Thirdly, give me some more screen time. I don't care in the slightest how your story gets told, but it's getting adapted into the immersia. You want to give me more screen... Then if it's getting adapted into an immersia, then you need to give me more screen time. That's what the Mellow Golden Mayor Immersia Club wants to see and why they're interested in its acquisition. Didn't you say so earlier? Little dude, seems like you know your way around the immersia industry. Please also try to understand what a difficult situation I am in here. I'm already 500 years old, but I stopped growing, so child roles are all I can do. A few days back, an immersion troupe wanted to paint my whole body green and have me play the role of some wise old master who spoke backwards and tutored a young protagonist in the same mystical martial arts. That's gonna be so humiliating. I'd much rather play a young high elder of the Videodora without having to wear any prosthetics or paint. My producer even said whether I can revitalize my career depends entirely on your adaptation of the story into an immersion. Don't be so demoralizing. I've just come up with some new ideas right now. Your feedback is well received and it's easy enough to make adjustments accordingly. Until asked Cold Dragon Young, this Lord Ravager has the very powers of this world at its fingertips. How can we mortals hope to ever defeat it? The High Elder of the Videodora sternly replied, with our forces combined, we should be evenly matched against the Lord Ravager, but a divine weapon would guarantee victory. This book implies that Cold Dragon Young retains memories from our previous reincarnations, including secrets of forging such an ancient ultimate weapon. The next scene is called Forging Weapon Purging Demon. What do you think? Are you both ready? Let's work together to bring this story to a nice conclusion. Alright. The gang's all here. They are not weak to Quantum, but I'm still going to be hitting for 30,000 on Quantum, so I'm going to stick with it. Fantilia seized the Ambrosial Arbor's power and created an invincible body. It's unkillable. Even I, as High Elder, remain powerless against it. Also, hold on a moment. Like, a little bit. I should be able to claim another drop, probably. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm working on the Stellar Jade. Next to it, if you really want to help purge this beast from the Xianshao, we will have to forge a divine weapon, the life-destroying star-shattering blade of truth, plus 12. I love the plus 12. Probably just to show off how powerful it is. I'll just follow the Xinyan script. His first drafts are usually pretty sloppy. It doesn't matter. To stand any hope of standing toe-to-toe against Fantilia, there's going to be two parts needed to forge this weapon. The star-shattering blade of truth. One is a hilt forged from the wood of the Ambrosial Arbor, and the other is a blade forged from the embers of Rainbow's Lux arrow, known as the Ignis Aurelie. We are at Stargazer Navalia to search for materials to craft a sword hilt. Won't it be dangerous crafting a hilt from the Ambrosial Arbor's wood? It will be. Moreover, the Ambrosial Arbor hijacked by Fantilia, with the Ambrosial Arbor hijacked by Fantilia, but we can't just go looking even if we want to. But you might not be aware that the seeds used by the Xianshao to grow star skiffs are of the same origin as the arbor. Oh! Using such wood will make sword hilts won't be the same as using wood straight off the arbor, but it's more than enough to defeat one mere Lord Ravager. Now then, we need some Starskiff growth boosters to simulate the seeds and give us enough material to make a hilt. It's always been a Starskiff nursery here. I didn't know the Starskiffs were alive. That's kind of wild. Take a look around and see if we can find anything, if we can use anything we've got at hand. Okie dokie. Do you have any more to say? It's always been yep, same thing. Hopefully I can find one of those things that restores my stuff. This should be the growth booster Cold Dragon Young was looking for. Let's take it back to him. A high-tech medicine used to nurture Starskiff seeds in Mr. Xinyan's story. This thing may exist in reality, just not with the exaggerated effects. You might not be aware that the seeds used by the Xianshao are using such wood, but it's more than enough to defeat one mere Lord Ravager. Seriously? Who cares? Just say the lines. Oh, maybe they aren't alive. Maybe it's just him embellishing the truth. Which I would not put it past him. Did you find the growth booster? Let me taste it and see if it's any good. I hope it doesn't stimulate any growth on your tongue. The top note has a faint whiff of alien perfume. This is of high quality. Next, we need just a suitable Starskiff seed. And we'll be able to cultivate a good sword hilt. Next, it's time to choose a Starskiff seed from which to cultivate some good material for a sword hilt. Probably that one down there, but we'll try this one. After injecting the growth booster, the High Elder sat in meditation as he performed his cloud hymn. The seed grew explosively, sprouting wild tendrils in seconds like a fig tangle of roots. Oh, how did this happen? Guess it was the wrong seed. We're just gonna leave that there. No one needs to worry about that. After ejecting it, same thing happens again. Seed grew explosively, sprouting rapidly from the hull of the ship. It grew straight into a Starskiff. Our growth boosting experiment failed. No one can wield a Starskiff in combat. Oh, not with that attitude. We can totally wield a Starskiff in combat. I will fight you with a boat. No one will stop me. The same thing happens a third time, but this time... The seed in the vessel gradually sprouted and countless twigs converged into one. It's as if an invisible hand was weaving it into the shape of a hilt. Wonderful! Only a hilt made from the ambrosial arbor can hope to withstand the rainbow's residual power in Ignis Aurelie, so it would not harm its wielder. Now let's head over to the Alchemy Commission. If my memories from the previous life are correct, the Ignis Aurelie, which can cast Divine Weapon, is stored over there. Emanators are path starters whose power are granted directly from the Aeons. Emanators. The Star-Shattering Blade of Truth is a divine artifact once wielded by Don Fung during the sedation of Imbibitor Lanai. It is said that a sword mightier than when hidden. It is said that a sword is mightier when hidden. He therefore hid the Ignis Aurelie away from potential thieves before he was imprisoned. Fortunately, I still retain memories of my previous lives and can dimly recall that Don Fung has hidden a map somewhere deep in the Alchemy Commission that shows where the Ignis Aurelie is. Perhaps we can find this and the treasure will be practically revealed to us. It's treasure hunting time, innit? Isn't the fetch quest a bit overused? So what? Interastral Peace Entertainment has shot over 60 films in the Alan Jones treasure hunting franchise. Treasure hunts are family-friendly fun. Hooray for family-friendly fun! Go on a treasure hunt. Vaguely remember, the treasure map ought to be around here somewhere. I thought I saw a sparkle on this tree. See, here's the map showing where the Ignis Aurelie is. Just track down the location shown, and you'll be moments away from creating the Divine Weapon. Why did they leave the treasure map just sitting right there? Mr. Zinyan's story, this is a treasure map recording the location of the Ignis Aurelie, but in your eyes, it's just an Alchemy Commission map with a random circle drawn on it. Not like... down there, okay. I don't have any PTS. It's taking us back here. Whoa. I wonder if this is going to be brought up as an option. Like, wow, that's awesome. Your story is telling us to go back to where it all began. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm enjoying the story of this event a lot. Maybe it's just I enjoy reading, but I can imagine that a lot of people will end up skipping through this event because it's mainly reading. So, if you are skipping through the event, you can at least hang out. I'm welcome to happy to have you guys here to hang out while I read through it, so you can quickly clear it on your own time. After all these twists and turns, Noctua never thought things would end up right back at the start, under the almighty Aurite Elixir Furnace at the Alchemy Commission. The word Aurite pertains to the word gold. Donfeng hiding his treasure here is like hiding a tree in a forest, so close and yet undiscovered for several hundred years. How do you like my little callback for this mini cliffhanger? No sooner said than done. Noctua and Cold Dragon Young were about to dive into the Elixir Cauldron and unearth the Ignis Aurelie. A group of figures blocked their path. Oh-ho! Looking for a fight, are we? Under the orders of Master Fantalia, I hereby vow to cut you all down. How cunning! Realizing Noctua and the others' unusual actions, Fantalia was planning on using the treasure as bait to lure the Nameless into its trap. The devil is delusional. Taste the might of the Lawfu Vidyadhara. Come and get it, puny worms. Worms.
Trickier to crack.
Alright.
Time for a
We'll take him out just like we took him out when we were farming for Chinsa. We can one-shot him, and we know that from the past. I don't have her ult, but yeah. One more of that and it's dead, as is everyone else. Okay, calm down. You'll never get your arrow off.
Stay the course.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
All right, cycle of life.
Gale force.
Arrow.
Choose my strike.
One. Only one. Ah, quantum break it.
You took the bait.
All right, come on.
You chose the wrong.
Now I can hack him. Now he's dead.
Up to my... This is double speed.
Spirit never dies. To the cloud.
One,
The wind is rising.
two.
From the bow.
I hope I roll poorly so I can fish. Dang it. Okay.
Luck of the draw.
Oh,
Please.
yeah, that dude's...
Victory!
Yep. He's been hit by a fish. Natalia assumed dispatching crack troops would be enough to win. Little did it know that today Noctua had the High Elder support and was far stronger than before. The Antimatter Legion was routed before long and utterly annihilated without a trace. With a flick of his sleeve, the High Elder elegantly moved his hands like billowing clouds, as if communicating telepathically with the huge elixir crucible before him. A strange light burst forth from the crucible. By the way, this is where the VFX artists can add some immersive special effects. And a lump of molten brilliance coalesced like condensation forming in the air. This is the Ignis Aurelie that the world cast that would cast the star-shattering blade of truth. With the Ignis Aurelie in hand, the next step was to forge them into one instrument. This arduous task would need a trip to the Artisanship Commission to borrow their creation furnace. All right, let's hit the road. Beverage. It has been a rough journey, Noctua, but now that everything is in hand, we can start with the business of forging the star-shattering blade of truth. There are 3 conditions we need to meet in order to forge this divine weapon. The sacred materials we have collected so far only count as 1. Do you know what the other 2 are? Random world-building rules you just made up. Xian, is this boy going to be okay on set? Totally unprofessional. It's okay, my old friend. This esteemed guest has rescued the Lawfu, and naturally, he is no ordinary layperson. After all heroes have a bit of an ego. Alright, let's continue. The 2 other conditions needed to create the divine weapon are right here in the Artisanship Commission. As they say, you need the right tools for the job. Without smelting equipment and Bona Aqua here, creating a divine weapon would be impossible. As for the last condition, it's about how we forge the weapon. Fortunately, I still have my memories from the previous life to serve us. If you remember everything, doesn't that mean you're basically Donfeng? Let's put that aside for the time being. Let's put aside for the time being the profound philosophical concept of who am I. The forging process for the divine weapon is like this. Just listen to me. Heaven rains aqua vitae, flames forge vitaeus aurelie, aether tilts askew, arbor sprouts anew, root bathes in imperial dew, iron grows with imperial hue, blade shatters starscape, jade eclipses agrashade. Did you get all that? This verse doesn't rhyme that perfectly. Hey, that's pretty picky. I didn't write this part anyways. Take up criticism about the poetry with the author. Got it? Next, go to the depths of the Artisanship Commission and use this formula to forge the weapon. And it was almost perfect. Oh, that is a broken road. Oh, I just touched a flower. All right, I'm ready to start Fortune's Divine Weapon. Start wood. Start by putting in Bona Aqua. All right, up next, Bona Aqua. Up next, Bona Aqua. I feel like I've made a mistake. I didn't think it would let me do that. Bona Aqua. Let's try that again. Okay. Hold on. I read that one aloud. Let me real quick and go back in the VOD and check to see. Was that cheating? Is that cheating? I feel like that might be cheating, even though it's like a single player game and I can do my whatever I want. I'm gonna do it. I gotta get back in the VOD real quick. Hee hee. I read it, I was really enjoying it, but I didn't process anything I said. Alright, here we go. Heaven reigns with Aqua Vitae. Forge, Flames Forge, Vitaeus Aurelae. So Aurelae is second. Aqua Vitae is first. So Bona Aqua, Aurelae, Aether Tilts Askew, Arbor Sprouts Anew. So then that Roots bathe in Imperial Dew. Iron grows with Infernal Hue. So Aqua Vitae is what goes first. Up next, Flames Forge, Aurelae. So put in the Aurelae. Up next, Aether Sprouts Anew. So the hilt. The next step is installing the hilts. Arbor Sprouts Anew, roots in bathe in Imperial Dew. Iron grows with Imperial Hue. I'm definitely missing something here, but it sounds like hold on, one more time. I think, is there coolant? Do I need even coolant? I don't think that's anywhere in the recipe. Heaven Rain. I love how you remember things because I don't. Oh, I pulled up the VOD. I'm literally reading it from the VOD, and it's confusing. I also don't. So it reads once again. Heaven reigns Aqua Vitae, which sounds like Bona Aqua. Flames Forge, Veritas Aurelae, which would be the Aurelae. Aether Tilts Askew. Aether. What? Aether is only mentioned once. Aether does not refer to Aqua Vitae or the Aurelae. Arbor Sprouts Anew. I don't think I'm supposed to put the Hiltwood from the Arbor in there. I'm gonna try. Aether sounds like coolant. Yeah. Okay, we'll throw some coolant in there, and then like wind and stuff. That is true. Yeah, that makes sense. And then roots. Okay. Arbor Sprouts Anew. So then it's the Arbor. Roots bathe in Imperial Dew. So if the roots are bathing in the dew, then it would be Hilt and then more Bona Aqua. Maybe. I think that sounds right. I'm gonna... It didn't give me a chance to redo it, so either I got it right or I've used up all my attempts. Star-Shattering Blade of Truth is this weapon's old name, and it's been dragged through the mud since the fall of the High Elder. Now that you recast it with skill and provision, why not give it a new name? Keep the old name. Big Sword! Reaper of the Nexus Modder. Wait a moment. Is that a joke about Nexus Mod Manager, the modding software? Or Imaginary Intrakinetic Portable Tactic Laser Cannon. I'm going with Big Sword. I think Big Sword sounds good. Concise, but unconventional. Big Sword. Truly a splendid name. Big Sword! Big Sword, reborn once more, settled in Noctua's hand, who suddenly felt invincible. With the dragon oil elixir flowing internally and the Vidyadhara High Elder's power protecting externally, our hero gripped onto this world-destroying divine blade. Big Sword! At this time, there's only one thought in Noctua's head. The Lord Ravager must be destroyed so the Xianshao can remain in peace. Lord... Oh, there's only one thought. Oh yeah, the last thought has to be stay tuned for next time. Big Sword! Have you ever found a play that called the sword Big Sword and leave the theater? I think I would stay because I would just admire the absolute balls of the writer, the playwright, to actually go through and commit to that. And then I would go and try to figure out who was their editor and like berate them for allowing that to stay. Unless it's like absolutely full of jokes. If it was like a complete joke, like, oh, what was that one movie? I think it's like Airplane or something, where it was just everything about it was a joke. In that scenario, Big Sword would fit in perfectly. In Mr. Zinyan's story, this is the weapon you and Cold Dragon Young managed to forge. You can tell at a glance that this big sword, glowing with iridescent otherworldly light, is no ordinary item. In actuality, it's fitted with some LEDs in there. They light up if you press the switch. Hold down the switch and prepare the weapon will play a sound, and the weapon will play a sound that says, "Villain, prepare to die." Awesome. We got a lightsaber. No copyright. We got a big sword. Alright. The two heroes plunged deep into Scale Gorge Waterscape, only to see the black shadow enshrouding the ambrosial arbor. It was none other than the root of all evil, the one trying to overthrow the Xianshao, Fantalia. Right here, right now, was the critical moment for Fantalia to absorb the abundance's powers from the ambrosial arbor. The Lord Ravager sneered, "Reckless ants, accept your fate." Noctua raised the divine weapon fearlessly and dropped this line. Ah! Hasta la vista, baby! Will this blow pierce through the stars? I think I want to go in. We're calling it Big Sword. We're gonna go all in. I'm just gonna scream in charge, I think. Ah! I knew it would be the deer. I knew it would be the monkey.
Time for a buzz.
All right.
Spirit never. Gale force.
All right. So we do this. Lucky gamble. Oh, didn't crit. Hate it here. Actually, I shouldn't do that. Damn, I really wanted to re-roll it to Quantum.
Good as new.
I'll see you off.
All right, and
Receive divinity. Repay.
I wasted a skill point. Now I gotta do this. This is like, wow, I am throwing.
Eternal slip.
All right, get rid of his damage boosts. None of that.
Can I have fun this time?
We try again.
Time for a buzz.
God, 3 in a row. All right, well, he's not marking anymore.
Good as new.
Stay the course. To the clouds.
All right,
My turn.
it's fine.
Wait for the toss.
The wind is right.
We'll just shoot him.
From the bow.
22,000.
Combat needs optimized.
And we hack. Defense reduction. I at least crit. Quantum, thank goodness.
You off.
It only took 20 years, but we're Quantum again. Actually, I think I just kill if I auto here. Implant bug. He's entangled. He's down. Monkey defeated by the power of Big Sword. As Fantalia's body crashed down, the crisis of the Xianshao Law Fu came to an end for now. However, just as Noctua and Cold Dragon Young were getting ready to celebrate, an evil creature lurking deep within the depths reached out its malevolent talons. Hold on a sec. Don't worry, I've told you many times already. The battle scenes write themselves. It's fine. I'll finish them later. Fantalia does not look like that. Fantalia is not a monkey. Hey, this was based on your descriptions. Plants on the back, monstrously huge, ferocious. Forget it, Noctua. Just forget about that. Treat it as part of the artistic process. The budget for shooting Immersia World would shoot through the roof if we really wanted to capture a ferocious and accurate likeness of the Lord's Ravager. Yes, that's right. Don't worry about these details. I'll revise them later. I'll keep going and bring the story to its, that's a word I've never heard before, genuinely. Denouement, then. Faced with an enemy of unprecedented power, what will become of the Trailblazer at the high end of the Vidyadhara? And the High Elder of the Vidyadhara. The next scene is our final decisive battle. Zanshal laments, woes of age, Trailblazer fails, Sanctum of Exaltation. Wait a second, what do I fail in this? Come on, it's just a little gimmick for the next scene's preview. I'm not really gonna kill you off. Whew, finally finished it. Thank you both for your help. The script of mine is pretty much done now. Looks like I'm not needed anymore, right? I'll head off. Remember, send us the revisions once you're done so we can sync up. Ah, yes, definitely. As for Mr. Noctua, you're still waiting to see me wrap up the story, right? I'll get writing immediately. I'd never dream of wasting your time. Mr. Zinnian begins struggling furiously, and this time he radiates with delight. He's probably in such a good spirits because he's managed to get some cash from his IP. He said, shmoney time. Shortly after, he raises his proud head and hands the manuscript to you. Now, the final scene, the epic finale of our story, has finally been completed. Zanshal laments, woes of age, Trailblazer fails, Sanctum of Exaltation. I hope you can give me some feedback once you've read through it. Aside from that, I've also written down some side stories for your adventure of the Zanshal. Feel free to come and read them when you have the time. Give some comments and help me include them into the legend of the Trailblazer. Hey, I almost forgot. I'm having dinner tonight with some of the playwrights from the Mellow Golden Mare Immersia Club. Maybe I really am gonna make it on the big stage. I have to get home, wash up, shave, change my clothes, know what to do. See you next time. Okay. Hero's Journey. I finished all these. I have unlocked more of the protagonist model. Neat. So, before we go and do the events, it has been 2 hours into the stream, I'm gonna run for a bathroom break. I will be right back, everyone. Hold on, let me leave this so you get the music at least. I will be right back.
It's been so long. It's been so long. It's been so long.
It hasn't been that long. Woohoo! I am back. Hold up, my sparkles came up. Oopsies. All right, so. Oh, wait. Hello. Oh, there was just like etchings in that wall. Interesting. But I have claimed this, which means that's another single pull. Hopefully, I have 4 of them now. Hopefully I can get a few more. It's gonna be some time though, because I don't really purchase those, and it looks like you only really get them from just like leveling up and stuff. So pulling on standard most likely won't happen for a while, unfortunately. Also, don't forget to claim your Twitch drops if you do play the game, because you can't unlock one until you do the next. try to escape with the Psycrane, and trigger Herta's talent with an ally's single action and have her twirl 5 times. Oh wow. Oh, you're 10 pulling them? Yeah, for the most part I try to do 10 pulls. Because it's just like you're guaranteed a 4-star most of the time. Also because like it's been taking me all the way to hard pity every single time. So it's like might as well go in sets of 10 so I can keep track of where I'm at. You just standard pull whenever you have the ticket. Honestly, that's fair. Oof. I also refilled my water again because I'd be drinking too much. Any new stories? Mr. Noctua, I'm still fleshing out the stories in The Legend of the Trailblazer. By the way, I made up a few side stories. Would you like to hear them? All right. Enemies will keep spawning. Yeah, enemies just keep spawning. All right, cool. Ooh, a dot event. All right. When an enemy's target is defeated, 60% fixed chance to inflict the same dot as defeating enemies on other targets. When a skilled ultimate is inflicted by a dot, all dots currently applied will immediately deal damage equal to 75% of the status's original damage. I think we'll do this one, because if I kill them all at once, it won't matter. Let's go with this one, just a solid attack increase. All points received from causing dots increased by 50%. Yeah. And this nonsense. Each time it's inflicted with a dot, they take additional damage. Or 120% damage dealt by characters outside their own turn. With that, no. We'll do this. We'll go all in on the dots. Reading made the L set. Oh no! Apparently. I don't know how that happens, but I trust the Sampo and her. Who else inflicts dots in this game? I don't even remember. I guess Welt does, kinda, but also no. Could run Blade for the wind shear. I need him for. Dot transfer is OP here. Is it? Yeah. Okay, I'll try the dot transfer. I'll also run Yukong and Luocha because they're just queen and king. Absolutely smash through everything. Quantum Break is not a dot, sadly. Aww.
Crowd today. Turn it up. Ready to lose yours? You can fight it.
All right.
Let's settle this.
Spirit never dies.
I think I do this because this should increase their dot damage too. Yeah. By all means, I think.
Keep up.
Wait, let me ult.
Waiting for to betray my customers.
I charge extra.
Let's settle this. Eternal sleep. The dead
Hmm.
As easy as that. Gale force. The wind is rising.
I wonder, does it still automatically regen energy when I kill these? No. Oh, it inflicts dots.
We're just having fun.
It feels like they should be taking more damage from these dots.
Let's rock.
Ready to lose yourself? You can
Not gonna lie.
Or rock with it.
Let's settle this. Receive divinity.
You gotta heal up.
Repay. Nothing major.
Like, yeah, he only took 5,000 damage. I disagree.
We're just having fun.
Time for the main event.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I feel like
What are you waiting
that's
for?
what I was expecting when I went in with this.
I charge extra. I'll see you off. Eternal state. Dead return.
I think I might have the wrong protagonist power on.
We're just having fun.
Because yeah, like, yeah, maybe another plot armor was helping. That's what I'm thinking. I probably have the wrong plot armor on.
Ready to lose your? You can fight it.
Or rock with it.
You chose.
I mean, actually, I say that, but my stage score is almost 50,000,
I owe you one. Eternal sleep.
which is like the threshold.
We're just having fun.
The wind is rising. Boom! From the bow!
So who knows?
Keep up.
As easy as that.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. I don't know. Was that? Yeah, I got all the rewards, so I guess. Hello, Dill. How are you doing? All right, let's hit. Oh, we'll read the whole thing when it's all done, I think, is the play, because we've been reading them in bursts, but there's so much here. Ah, we're doing this again. Follow-up attack. Increase allies' attack. You had no internet for a week? Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst. Every time a skill point is yeah, this one for sure. And for this protagonist's power, this plot armor, I'm gonna go with Oh, yeah, that's kind of sad. Let's see. We will bring Miko. I will do Sippy. Sippy for you, Dill. Swallowed wrong. Do you ever just like go to drink something and you just swallow, but you're like not fully ready to swallow? And your body just like, it hurts. I hate it when that happens. Oh. All right, let's pull out the healer and the buffer. It's disturbing, right? Yeah, it's like, why? It's just water. It's not gonna hurt you. Stop fighting.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
We'll do.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
I shouldn't have clicked ulti yet. But, oh no, the reinforcements came first. It's fine.
Control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl. Do you know who I... This big diamond!
This big diamond, it's all yours.
Let's settle this.
All right.
Spirit never to the clouds. The wind is rising.
We will hit him because I think this will be fine. Yeah, because he dies and then my spin goes off.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
I can take it.
Ow.
Thank you, comrade.
A free heal. Time to twirl.
I have something for you.
Time to twirl.
Time to twirl.
Get away. Do you know who I am? This big diamond. It's all yours.
Time to twirl. All right. One of these. Ow. Ow. Ow.
You won't get away.
One of these. Time to twirl.
You won't get away.
We will get away. Time to twirl. You won't get away. Time to twirl. He's frozen, and I know that you deal bonus damage with her ult on frozen enemies, so.
Stay the course. To the clouds.
One of
The
these.
wind is rising.
One of these.
From above.
Stay close.
Perhaps you humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl. All right, it's near death. Goodbye, sir. New reinforcement. Enemies strengthened.
The dead return.
Hopefully this hits him to half. Oh, ooh, that did no damage.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond.
This big diamond, it's all yours.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
You won't.
You won't get away. Time to twirl. Good old Himiko Herda.
Perhaps you still humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Let's settle this.
We were still getting the one buff from Yukong because they were all follow-up attacks. It was considered cheating their turn, so it didn't consume it.
Time to twirl.
Okay, one twirl is fine. I need Yukong to get her buffs up. Okay.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Time to twirl. All right.
I have something for you.
So
The wind is rising.
this guy,
From above.
unfortunately, I didn't have any skill points, and unfortunately, that didn't crit. But
Time to twirl. Do you know who I am?
this big diamond, it's all yours.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
You chose the wrong enemy.
70,000. I wonder how much I need. I have 2 turns, so I should be fine.
I can take it.
Receive divinity.
Thank you.
Okay, there's the
comrade.
heal.
Eternal stay. Dead return.
Honestly, them hitting her is probably the best case scenario because because whenever she gets hit, she gains a bit more energy, and her ulti is super important.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
I'll see you off.
I'm still buffed, so I can do this.
It's all yours.
He's burn. He would have died to burn. I didn't need to do that.
You won't get away.
You won't get away.
Perhaps you humanity never conceals its desire to control the
Laser
heavens,
beam.
and I'm no exception.
Time to twirl. Okay.
Spirit never. Gale force.
So I'm gonna ult
Wind is
the
rising.
him.
From above.
'Cause he gives the most points. I need to make sure I get him killed, even if I do run out of time. You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Do you know who I...
This big diamond, it's all yours. You won't get away. Time to twirl. Maybe I can hit 90,000? Oh, that's gonna be probably not.
Divinity.
Much obliged.
Eternal state. Dead return.
Oh, wait, we do all act.
I have something for you.
Maybe I will. You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Here stands the Silvermane God. You chose the wrong
You
enemy.
Kong acts last, so I have to be really quick about it.
You won't get away.
You won't get away. Ow.
Meet me?
Okay.
Perhaps you still don't
All right.
appreciate
Here we go.
desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
The last execute.
Big diamond! It's all yours!
No, he lived. 90,000. Oh, I did break 90,000. Let's go. Hopefully the final reward isn't at like 100,000. That would be very sad. No, it's at 60. Easy. Scene 2 is the only one that I've had trouble with, the blade one. If Gear's HP changes, yeah, this one is also a blade one. I don't know what to do for the blade scenes. Because Blade feels like he doesn't do a lot. And I don't know who else to... I guess just like people with like high damage ults. If I had Bronya, this would be such an easy one, but I don't. Ra's HP is reduced during their own turn, regenerates energy equal to 55% of their max energy. Honestly, I'll do this. I tried Life Death Polyphore first, but do that. Elixir of Dragon Oil. This extra damage based on damage taken. All points received from using follow-up attacks, using ultimates, causing dots. Well, what skills am I going to use on this team? I'm gonna go with using ultimates because we get our ultimates refunded. That seems okay. And we're gonna go Luocha, Blade. I don't know what else to do here. I need high damaging ultimates. I guess I could run Yukong again, but then I don't know who else to bring for the last one. I'd love it if it could be like maybe Silverwolf. Bring. Maybe Clara. I'll try Clara. Put Clara here. Because Clara does do good damage, and if she constantly has her ultimate up, she should always counterattack regardless of what's happening. So I think that will work.
I'll see you off.
You impede me. Your end approaches.
Stay the course.
Well, that felt good.
To the cloud.
I need to be brave.
Annihilate. Stay back, Clara.
Oh, the counterattacks, yeah.
Nothing remains. Receive divinity.
Unnecessary. Failed to set you.
Having Clara able to attack at the same time as Blade is actually disgusting.
I want to protect
Maybe they will be besties.
You chose the wrong enemy.
I will dispatch
The
you.
wind is rising.
Oh, this is gonna kill, and this is a mistake. Because now that this kills, I wasted all the energy regen.
Eternal slip. The dead return.
That paradise. Savor it for me.
I need to only ult those when I have no energy.
Gale Force.
I want to protect everyone too. That's your Tora.
The wind is rising.
All right, ult this. Get another reset. It wasn't a reset, but that is.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
That paradise may be unreached. Savor it for me.
I want to protect
Let's
everyone
refresh
too.
Clara ult.
The wind is rising.
The wind is rising. Bolt from the blue. Sanction rate increased. And we'll go.
The wind is rising.
Yeah, sure.
From the bow.
Yeah, because this will force him to auto attack immediately. No. So then I'm going to
That paradise.
Blade
may be
ult.
Savor it for me.
Oh my god, the counter damage.
The dead return.
I want to protect everyone too. That's your Tora.
Rush that.
Spirit
No.
never dies. Gale Force.
Clara, wake up. Clara, wake up.
Thanks. I'll never forget you.
That paradise may savor it for me.
Bam.
Fail to set you.
All right.
Eternal sleep.
You know what? Bringing Clara, definitely big. I think this has told me that Clara needs to be on Blade's team for that follow-up attack thing.
As easy as that. To the clouds. The wind is rising. Bolt. From the bow.
All right.
I want to protect
There we go.
everyone.
Refreshed all cooldowns.
A blade knows no mercy.
The wind is rising. Bolt.
This should give me energy, right?
I will dispatch you.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
That paradise may be unreached. Savor it for me.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Oh.
Fail to set you. Take that, Clara. You impede me.
There we go. Blade ability.
As easy as that. Gale Force.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hide.
I want to protect everyone too. That's your Tora.
The only downside about Clara's ult is it does take aggro away from Blade, but her being able to counter when Blade gets hit is really nice.
Stay the course. To the clouds.
That paradise may be savor it for me.
Receive divinity. Eternal sleep. The dead return.
The wind is rising.
I need to get to 60,000, I think it was, for the last one, so probably the same for this.
Explored.
That paradise, savor it for me.
I want to everyone too. What's your storm?
Failed to stand you.
Spirit never dies.
No. Oh, so close. I think I'll be able to do that one in my own time, probably. And the final one. Is this another dot one? This is another dot one. All right. Fixed chance to inflict the dot. We'll do extra attack. We'll do the effect hit rate. Honestly, let's just make sure that it's working. And every time they're inflicted, oh. Yes. And all points received from causing dots increase by 50. Yeah, we'll do that one. Oh, I just suddenly realized all points caused by blah, 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 blah. That means the points from the trial, not points from resetting shit. All right. What else is a dot? I'll bring Himiko. Himiko's a dot, and I'll bring you. Here we go. So we have Himiko's dots now as well. Perfect. Anything that can apply a lot of dots is all I'm looking for.
Keep up. You can fight it or rock with it.
We're just having fun.
You won't get away.
I'll see you off.
Time for an overhaul. That's it. Ready to jam.
Eternal sleep. The dead return! What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
Betray my customers? I charge extra.
We're just having fun.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up.
There we go. Thank you for hitting her.
Fight it or rock with it.
I have something for you. Perhaps you humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
And one of
unlike
these.
You won't get away.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
It feels like it just doesn't do a lot. Oh, well, never mind. He's taking dots.
Let's rock.
More business, eh?
We're gonna really make sure that that happens.
Receive divinity.
All right, she gets healed.
Ready to jam.
Eternal sleep.
I'm able to Luocha ult. Cycle of life.
Away.
Himiko burns everyone.
Keep up. Ready to lose your. You can fight
Everyone
it
gets shocked.
or rock with it.
Let's settle this.
Oh, hey, buddy.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
I charge extra. I've never been happier that I brought Himiko than right now. Fighting this dude without Himiko would make me so sad.
chose the wrong enemy. I underestimated your face.
No, wrong heel. I need to make sure I have energy. Well, not on Himiko's turn.
You won't get away. Ready to lose yourself?
Oh, she thawed and immediately follow-up attacked.
Drop with it.
Perhaps humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
I charge extra.
Charge extra.
Let's settle this.
He's got a lot of wind shear. He's got 1 level of burn. Reapply the burn. All enemies have been afflicted with dots. Oh, so much. We killed the boss. Let's go.
Just having fun.
Let's go. We're above 60%. For 60,000.
Let's settle this.
Oh yeah, going for the effect res definitely made it better because they just, like, the effects were just not applying the first time. That's why the chain wasn't happening. But now we understand.
You won't get away.
We're just having fun.
Oh no, everything died at once, so there's no dots yet.
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Okay. 73,000, let's go. That was easy. Much faster than the museum event by like 3.5 hours. All right. We read that one. We read this one. It was said that the High Elder Cold Dragon Young was the living embodiment of nature's pinnacle and the breathing epitome of the heaven's zenith, and was set to by divine destiny to be born in the mortal world. Natua reckons a diamond must be cut and polished before it can shine. Without a wise teacher and good friends, oh my gosh, I'm gonna drink some water, stumbling over my words. Cold Dragon Young could well join the dark side and follow in the footsteps of the predecessor, Imbibitor Lunae. Though Noctua had no blood relation to the High Elder, they had the responsibility to raise the High Elder, and so he summoned their 4 companions to inquire about the educational strategies, desirous of giving a bright future to the young High Elder, Cold Dragon Young. Sampo said, "This is the future leader of the Videodora. If he not mastered the art of warfare and combat, how can he live up to mandate of the heaven or claim earthly glory by war? How will he maintain his power over his people? I heard General Jing Yuan excels in the art of war and is the sword champion's disciple. Why not ask the general to be the teacher?" Duval said, "That won't do. How can the cultivation of an outstanding person be confined by slaughter? What about Lady Fu Xuan, Master Diviner of the Divination Commission? She's the one also known as Omniscia Spares None. She is the genius at tactics and strategy, and also literate and eloquent to a fault. She even possesses the hobby of desiring to be everyone's teacher. If Master Diviner Fu can be the teacher, Cold Dragon Young will become adept in the ways of the cosmos and worldly affairs." Himiko shook her head heavily. "It is said you need a famous teacher to train a great student. How can a hero be cultivated by such mediocre characters? If I may offer a better suggestion, I've caught wind that there is a certain genius named Madame Herta whose space station orbits the blue. She even gained a favor of Nu the Wisdom Walker and reached the level of becoming the Emanator. Ooh. Her domain, the space station, is home to the 72 stages, 3,000 researchers, and more curios than could ever be counted. Noctua could inform Herta that Cold Dragon Young is a curio from far across the stars and ask her audience this way. When you meet her, convince her with rarity and appeal to her with cuteness. That would surely pique Madame Herta's curiosity and make her eager to become Cold Dragon Young's teacher. Lucha sat and pondered for deeply with their eyes downcast, and after a few moments looked up and said, "As the old saying goes, he who dwells with the virtuous will become virtuous, and he who dwells with the wicked will become wicked. I heard that on Yaililo 6, there was a miracle child named Pitch Dark Hook the Great, who was wise beyond her years. She even recruited the persons of upstanding character to form a gallant group called the Moles. Being tutored by an adult would surely spoil Cold Dragon Young's childlike innocence and simplicity. Why not entrust him to the Moles and let him grow into his own person in a natural way, spending his childhood in the careless play? So what does Noctua think? When it comes to the preschool education, aren't the moles the best? After all, the moles are supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That word has probably tripped up any other streamer or someone who's been trying to read it if they haven't seen Mary Poppins. After hearing everyone's eager contributions of nonsense, Noctua firmly believed that with the combined efforts of their companions and Cold Dragon Young's innate talent, they would surely be able to raise Cold Dragon Young as an outstanding High Elder of the Vidyadhara. After Noctua completed the trial and found the Dragon Egg under the guidance of the wise Vidyadhara spirits, Cold Dragon Young descended and subsequently provided powerful support from the group. The people often saw a heroic and dashing boy carrying out justice together with an adorable child who wielded a long lance and stood floating on fortuitous clouds. This hero also joined hands with many a valiant leader on the Lawfu and beyond, determined to eradicate the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the evil of the Ambrosial Arbor. One day, Noctua and the Cold Dragon Young came to Scale Gorge Waterscape and gazed there upon the shimmering waters of the vast ancient sea, like a drop of imperial jade where all things that ever were are lost to the billowing waves. It should be known that the Vidyadhara are born from the ancient sea, and to the ancient sea they are destined to return. The sight of their old home filled Cold Dragon Young with elation, and they could hardly wait to put down the lance, untie their red silk sash from their waist, and go frolic at the water's edge. Being of the dragon race, visiting the water gives the Vidyadhara quietude, clarity, and even epiphany. The young High Elder began playing with the red silk sash and the sea, enjoying the water as if it were second nature. However, it unintentionally started to cast a cloud hymn, its magical notes stirring the heavenscape into a gloomy darkness and lifting giant waves into the air. The abominations hiding nearby could not endure the relentless barrage, and they came out in droves expecting to face the wrath of an earth-shattering giant. Instead, they saw a small child and were filled with an indomitable rage. If this small child is already capable of such feats, how can we hope to survive when they are fully grown? And then these fiends born of the Arbor showed their claws and approached Cold Dragon Young, vowing to exterminate the hatchling right there and then. Noctua rose up anxiously to protect the young one, shouting, "Harm not my child!" Yet Cold Dragon Young remained calmed and composed, and simply shouted, "Part!" With the raising of the Cold Dragon Young's red sash, the tides of Scale Gorge Waterscape moved as though they were alive, obeying the commands to part and never to close back. The abominations, with their murderous fury, were all pulled into the bottomless ravine between the waters. Even their bones were torn out of existence. And if any of you have the opportunity to visit Scale Gorge Waterscape, the tide that parted and never closed back is a living testament to the unfathomable power of this little Vidyadhara. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to know that when a divine weapon takes shape, it is often heralded by extraordinary sights. Mountains crumble, rivers run dry, and blood-soaked rain accompanies the wailing of ghosts. Without such phenomena, its divine nature would not be revealed. Though through countless hardships, Noctua had forged Big Sword, and forgot we named it Big Sword already. Noctua had forged Big Sword. As it emerged into the world, the heavens and earth grew solemn, delves trembled, and the balance of the meridian pin faltered. Whether it be the craftmasters of the Artisanship Commission, or the planes and trees of the Alchemy Commission, all sentient beings, with or without emotions, rejoiced at the birth of this weapon capable of vanquishing Lord Ravagers. Yet they also keenly sensed the profound death and destruction it will bring forth in the future. At this moment, sorrow filled the hearts of plants and trees, and tears flew from the young and old alike. Even the renowned Master Gongshu, who was accustomed to witnessing the creation of exceptional weapons, couldn't help but exclaim when he sensed the murderous aura emanating from the divine weapon. In the current ranking of the armaments on the Xianshao, Big Sword deserved to be at the forefront. Noctua was intrigued by his words and asked, "I am but a simple and ignorant one." Pray tell, good sir, if there be a talk of an armament ranking, surely there must be other marvels of weaponry among the Xianshao that are worthy of attention. When it comes to divine armament and marvels of weaponry, I am indeed the expert. Allow me to share some insights with the young hero. In terms of sheer power, it is undoubtedly the Devastator glaive wielded by General Jing Yuan. This weapon was crafted from the remnants of the Lux arrow, which was shot by the rainbow to extinguish the embers of fallen stars. It weighs a staggering 13,500 caddies. When held in the general's hand, it may appear like an ordinary Cloud Knight's glaive of moderate length, but when unleashed in its full glory, held by the divine Empyreanites summoned by the general, this weapon defies the heavens and the earth. A single strike has the power to sunder mountains and cleave peaks. When it comes to sapience, the foremost recommendation is the spherical astrolabe wielded by the esteemed Master Diviner. This wondrous artifact resembles a wheel constantly rotating. Embedded within are 108 jade abaci attuned to the profound patterns of the Matrix of Prescience. It can divine fortunes and evil, discern auspicious and ominous signs, and unveil the most prudent courses of action. Truly, it is a brilliant beacon illuminating the nebulous mysteries of the past and futures. A treasure indeed. When it comes to precision, there's only one that stands out. The Bow of Spirit, wielded by Madame Yukong, the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission. When the bowstring is drawn, it becomes one with the archer, guiding the darting arrows unerringly to their targets, piercing hearts with every shot. Upon hearing this, Noctua was filled with joy. So many awe-inspiring marvels of weaponry are aboard the Xianshao, and yet none of them are put to good use. You see, they are a gift to the forces of evil. Why not use these weapons? One does not simply lock away their precious. Why not lend them to me and my friends to deal with the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and drive away the Ruin Legion? With these weapons of power in hand, it would be a piece of cake, wouldn't it? At this point in the story, I'm seriously finding it difficult to continue. If I boast too much about the weapons of the Luofu, it would actually imply that their masters have been spectators and don't want to do any work throughout the whole affair. How could I possibly make that narrative work and tie it all together? Well, forget it, young lad. I just can't continue this script. So I'll just put my signature on it and give it to you. Consider this a collector's item. Treasure it. More water. Though Fantilia, the master of primus of all evil, was eliminated, the ambrosial arbor it poisoned was on the verge of losing control. The towering plant sprouted rapidly, and the abominations of abundance hiding in its branches and veins poured into the human realm as they gained bodies of corporal flesh and blood. Noctua knew that should the ambrosial arbor be allowed to grow to its full, the Xianshao Luofu would surely be reduced to a ship of the dead. Faced with the veritable tsunamis of abominations of abundance, Noctua signaled the band of heroes to retreat while providing cover for them. At this perceptuous moment, he yelled, "Ah!" like a lightning bolt that slammed to the ground. The light that exploded out of Big Sword engulfed all, stabbing towards and tearing apart the ambrosial arbor, destroying the very sky itself. For a moment, the ground toppled, and the sky trembled in the Xianshao's countless delves, as if the rainbow had returned to shoot down the stars, as if the death of the divine wood sent up a cataclysmic dusk storm. After the clouds dissipated, a few days later, and the Xianshao returned to peace, the Cloud Knights guarding the arbor sought unceasingly for Noctua, and yet could not find a single trace of them. Just like the ephemeral theophany of the rainbow. When General Jing Yuan heard the news, he could not help but lament and shed tears worthy of a hero. However, the general is wise. He did not divine that legendary characters such as Noctua will never die in the company of demons and crowns. Blessed by the Cloud Strider, Noctua had already left the devastation and quietly started on a new hero's journey. The Ruin Legion still ravages the starry seas, and the worlds waiting for salvation are endless. The legend of the heroes of the Trailblaze continues on. As it is said, serene was the Xianshao, free from harm. Quiet was the palace, rich in charm. Until the demons breached the gate, leaving the place bloodied by fate. Then comes a hero, tall and strong, flesh and iron, 7 feet long. That's interesting. Evil minions fall to his might. Under his staff, they bleed in flight. Mounting the clouds, he pursues all foes. Riding the dragon, he purges all woes. Toward the sky, he splits through. Onto the arbor, he strikes true. Oh, story cannot be changed. Ooh. I'll claim this later. I want to make sure that the team here fits the story. I also don't really care enough. Oh man, we'll have to see. I might do something with that. What is the last thing I'm claiming? Oh, the Legend of the Trailblazer, so I get to keep the story once it's complete. Awesome. It's only 50 Stellar Jade, so I'm not too pressed to go and get it immediately, but... You grab this, level 22 already. And... Did I get all these? I'm missing like 3 rewards, which isn't too big of a deal. Yay, I got an S on all of them except for 2. Oh my god, it's gonna take me back, isn't it?
Good art form.
Awesome. Okay, that red dot's gonna be there for a while. Oh my god, it did take almost exactly 3 hours to do the event, so I'm glad I started it when I did. All right, let's finish up the stream with a couple more runs and of some domains. Let's look at Bladey here. So he's doing aight. He needs more levels. I think I just need to focus on getting him leveled up because I want to get this last 8% because that's such a big buff to his kit overall. Like these I'm fine at leaving at 7 for now because I need to get more of these. I'm trying to level them kind of evenly. Could get that. What's the damage increase here? Equal to an extra 4% of his HP, his attack, and a bonus 10% of his max HP. Yeah, I'll go for the HP percent first because that one's most important. And then I'm leveling this light cone. So yeah. All right, let's go and hit next speed elf. Let's see if we can get him to level. I probably can't, but let's see if we can get him to a little more HP. We got to witness the Herta Himiko nonsense. That was fun. 3 of these, and we will bring. No, let's bring my own blade. It's crazy, Blade's gonna be my first level 80 character.
Can I have fun this time?
I really need to get him more speed.
Wrong enemy.
Stay the course. To the clouds.
I will dispatch you. Your end approaches.
You took the bait. Time for a fun.
Ow. Ow. Ah, just shoot him.
A blade knows no fear.
You chose the wrong enemy.
More enemies.
Gale force.
I will dispatch you. Unnecessary. That paradise may be unreachable for me.
It only hits 3 of them. Oh.
Savor it for me.
I'll see you off.
Yeah, let me see what we're looking at on Blade right now. After he ults, 56% crit rate, 78% crit damage. So yeah, he needs some more crit rate substats, but other than that, he looks like he's doing fine.
To the clouds. The wind is rising. From the bow.
We'll do this. Wait. Hold on. No. With her, it's 84%. Yeah, he's fine. He's doing fine. With Yukong's crit buff, he's okay. Probably I won't get enough to level him here. Only 3, yeah. But... Oh. Right here. Oh, he's 79. He's so close. Tomorrow, I guess he hits 80. But... One more thing. I think that if local bit is still here, local, you do make a good point about pulling singles here, because my luck's been bad, and I do. Hey, I think I might pull some singles. I think your logic of waiting and of you know, if I just pull singles here, maybe I just get a 5-star sooner instead of waiting for a 10, and I would be able to have it sooner. Plus, it is the standard banner, so it's not like the biggest deal, and I need Bronya, but I'm so far from it. I don't know how I'm gonna get this many summons on standard. They don't give you enough, but we'll do some singles. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll just pull a 5-star back-to-back from the last one. Nope. 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 Well. Nope. Awesome. We call that XP in this household. See, now it's 75, and he gains an extra, I don't know, like 20 HP. It's fine. As for my normal summons, I actually do kind of want to check. I think I have... Buy 2 more of these. I have 17, so we got 17 summons for Don Hung when he drops Imbibitor Lunai, which is nice. We are at 18,000 of 26. I do believe that we will hit Trailblaze 30 by Monday, which will be super awesome because I will finally be able to start farming for artifacts for Blady so that he will be able to pop off. Also, actually, hold on. Wait. Speaking of farming artifacts for Blady, let's do something real quick. That event gave us more of these. So let's just go and I don't know, see if we can get a 1 crit rate piece, right? Or no. What do I need to replace? I need a crit damage chest piece, and I need one of these that's good. No, that one's fine. Yeah, I guess just a chest is what I'm making, so I'll make a chest for him. Let's see if we can get lucky. I highly doubt we'll get lucky, but let's see if we can. Also, let me slide over a little bit because there's no more text to hide. There we go. I need to like disable snapping. It's getting annoying. All right. Let's make a body. Do I have enough? No, I don't have any self-modeling. All right, here we go. We're looking for HP percent or crit damage. Either one I will be satisfied with. Here we go. HP percent or crit damage. No! I will go and scrap that and then go do it again. Just see, because he's running that level 0, and that I think is what's holding him back right now. Salvage. All right, where is that? This. All right, we craft again. One more time. Come on, crit damage. Another streamer just increased his equilibrium with no prep and is surprised by his Wolf Bronya, Tingy, and Steely Omega carries dying to Stagnant Shadow. Yeah, you gotta... Ooh. Heck. Oh no, I didn't even check what I just got. Okay, it's fine. It's in my bag somewhere. Actually, we'll check it on him. HP percent. Come on, baby. Show me HP percent. It's another crit rate. Wait, actually, those substats are awesome. Not for him. This isn't good for him, but this is actually a nutty piece. Like, actually, I'm locking that. If that was instead of crit rate as the main stat, if that was HP percent, this would be perfect for him. Like, literally perfect for him. But oh, wait, he doesn't have a... He's running 3 buffers. Yeah, okay. See, I don't think you should ever run that. I believe that like every player, even if they don't have like a 5-star healer or a 5-star tank like Japard, Luocha, you should build Fire Trailblazer. Fire Trailblazer does everything that you physically need for a team. He's damage, break effect, AoE damage, a taunt, shields for everyone, damage reduction for everyone. Like he just at high build, like mine is kind of like but even at he's able to like keep everyone alive, like at this. And I don't even have this thing where like he gains boosted attack and energy when he uses his shield. Plus he does really solid damage. I don't know. On that team, honestly, put the Ting Yun away and bring Fire Trailblazer. Or like, I don't know. I feel like you only need 2 supports. You should never run 3 supports and not have a healer or tank. If you're ever doing that, you're just you're just asking to die. Because there's no enemy that you can, like, no bosses that you can just one-shot. We will for the second team after Mono Quantum. Yeah, Mono Quantum is coming. It's coming soon too. It's next update. You'll be able to get the even if you don't pull Fushuan, you'll have access to the Quantum Healer. Yeah, Fire Trailblazer, honestly, Spice, one of our Minty's significant other, he is. I wish I could show you his. Wait, I might be able to. Hold on. He might be displaying him. Yeah. So look at his fire. This is his Fire Trailblazer. He's running level 80 Day of My New Life, which is extra 16% defense and all type res for all allies. Like maxed. Almost, basically. And this one at level 12, when you get like you just bonus shields, more shields, more defense. Not pulling Fushuan is not scientifically possible. That's true. Hang on, you've been saving, right? I remember you were the one who's been holding like all their summons since Sealy, right? Or you pull Silverwolf too. I think you pulled Silverwolf too, right? He went with effect hit rate as a substat. Probably because it just has main stats or more than anything else. But yeah, like it only has 14% crit rate, but that doesn't matter because it has over like almost 4,000 defense and 3,000 HP. And also, you now have E6, which is after you use a basic attack or ultimate, you gain a permanent 10% defense. So your defense is even higher for each time. Not to mention, at level 8 here on the shield, which is the one that gives the shield. Oh, it's the passive. That's why this is maxed, yeah? Apply a shield to all allies that absorbs 6% of the Trailblazer's defense plus 89. And that shield is this the one? He gives 15% flat damage reduction, as well as he has a self-heal. And all of his damage scales off of his defense. Yeah, I don't know. Fire Trailblazer, I'm very glad that he told me to build it. It's one of those things I've not regretted since I did. Anytime there's a situation where it's like, oh no, I need a fire DPS that's also a tank. You know? Not gonna do the Forgotten Hall right now. That will probably be what we do on... Oh wait, Silverwolf's here.
That's a serious expression you've got there. Did something catch your attention?
Intruder.
Who are you calling an intruder? Oh, me. I mean no harm. I'm just visiting. The older gentleman with glasses was also giving me some very subtle looks. Has there been a misunderstanding of some kind?
That's fair, that's fair. Well, keep in mind, if you put Silverwolf as a debuffer is the best debuffer in the game, period, because she shreds elemental res. And I think she's the only character in the game that can shred elemental res. right? Because some enemies have like absurd resistances to stuff. Let's see, you were saving since Wolf, because when you decided to pull Celia after Wolf, you committed to Quantum. Otherwise, there's no point to pull Wolf when you have Celia. Well, I don't know. I feel like Silver Wolf and Celia are both. You have 135. Ooh. Oh, you definitely have enough then. Yeah, with this entire patch, you have an entire patch to get the last few pulls. You definitely have enough for her. As long as you don't go to 155, you might also be able to get her light cone. I wanted Luocha's light cone too, and instead it took me 155 pulls. So I'm gonna be honest, make sure that you good luck. There is a very non-zero chance that I do not get Imbibitor Lunai because I pulled for Blade. That will be a sad world I live in. But we will see what happens.
Do you always tell people ahead of time before you pay them a visit?
Nameless have always been hospitable hosts.
I see. It's just a cultural difference. Punk Lord doesn't have this custom, and the Stellaron hunters don't generally observe this kind of tradition either. Isn't it often the case in movies that a guy comes home and turns on the lights, only to find someone sitting on the sofa waiting for him? Kafka and Blade both like to do
Sam?
that. And Sam won't even give the guy a chance to turn on the lights. But that's not my style. I will take the
Sam is the
initiative
other
to say
Stellaron
hello
hunter.
before the other person enters the room. You see,
The guy with the
they
armor
treated
from
me
the
quite
thing.
well.
In the thing, we finally figured it out. There is another Stellaron hunter named Sam. Aha! So he's the guy in armor. Big bulky, they got a preservation unit. Or a really tanky dude. But. Alright. I also love the fact that, she's like, Welt has been eyeballing me. Welt's like, is that Brony? Is that Bronya? Young Bronya? Why is she here? But, all right, we go here, and then we go here. Haha! Welcome, I've gotcha. Thank you all for coming to the stream. It is a little over 3 hours, which is about what we aim for here. For anyone new, I am Pale Noctua, the fading astral owl, and I welcome you here. We stream Monday through Thursday at noon EST every one of those days. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we play variety games, which, you know, right now has just been Star Rail. And we also play Pokemon Unite on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you are interested in just Star Rail content or, you know, some other stuff if we do it, you're gonna want to make sure you show up on these days specifically. If you're interested in Pokemon Unite, you know, show up on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. Or, you know, if you just like hanging out and you like me, then you can come any day of the week and I will greet you and welcome you with open wings. That's about it. See, I would raid someone, but I am starving. Like, actually, I think eating a piece of peanut butter toast was not enough for me for breakfast. So, because I had that at like 9 a.m. and now it's 3 p.m. So it's been a while. I'm just gonna skedaddle. I love you all. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you guys tomorrow for some more Unite. We go and get our butts handed to us by Mewtwo, or we continue farming the Panic Parade event. Yeah. Bye. I will see you guys later.